search, but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show, 'cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for the stars. I wonder where you are. Oh.
I need you again, so stick around. So stick around.
Leave the world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I go. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You're so don't let it go. I know you feel it. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. They don't know how we love when we're lying close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I go. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. You'll always be my broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. You're so say you need me. Don't let it go. I know you feel it. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Baby, you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Baby, you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Baby, you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're
Let me play my cool intro. Y'all ain't ready for this. The disrespect is real.
I don't give a fuck. I'll do it again. I'm not above it. I am that snake bitch.
No, it's okay. You guys are all welcome to trash Queen in the chat. We'll hold a whole panel on Queen.
I am honest to a point, but a lot of the things I talk about aren't true.
Wait, somebody not telling the truth on YouTube? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Got a monster inside of me. You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this war. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
Me and my friends, we're gonna find you and we're gonna rip you apart like a wasteland.
Snakes don't get a fucking safe space. If she wants to keep it going, then we'll keep going. If she wants to stop the bullshit, then we'll stop the bullshit. But I'm not gonna fucking sit here and let anybody lie on my motherfucking name.
Bring your ass. The fucking link is in the chat. That's
Oh, loose booty, wet panty looking ass boy. Replay that, Queen. Her name is Queen. It ain't really so much Queen. Queen B. Queen B. Queen B. Okay, there. Queen B. Queen B's money. Queen B ain't got no money. Queen B.
She always fucks some shit up. I don't know why PJ doesn't get his ass on a motherfucking leash and get his ass under control. Fuck.
Better than never. I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter. Try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever. The beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. So, he's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight.
And I haven't brought it public, you know why? Because someone that I was fucking close to is in the middle of a goddamn lawsuit. How do I get my hands on your soap? Because I need something to clean these titty butts. My dove is just not doing it.
Bring your asses. As simple as that. Come in. I mean, bring it. Bring your asses. Hey, don't get Queen B at her 550, 600 servants. Bring their asses out.
You might have started it, but I'm gonna finish it.
Absolutely. Or go to somebody else's panel. Let me just say Queen B's panel. I'm telling you, we all need to go up on Queen B's panel because that seems where everybody's going. I guess Queen B is like the god of YouTube.
Queen B Escobar, bro.
She's in China just making drugs.
You know, I run the cartel on the YouTubes. I run the cartel here. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what boss bitches do.
Exactly. Beefing with the Queen Bee because I heard the stinger sucks.
This lady Queen Bee with the lip ring is innocent. You two weirdos are being weird. No, I know who this is. You're the lady that was on Molly Go Lightly.
No. You have no doubt QB could hold her own with any female on YouTube. Let me tell you something we all learned a long time ago.
I would fuck her up and drag her from here to China. Let's meet one-on-one.
Writing checks, their mouth can't cash. Bitch, I didn't write a check, my mouth can't cash. I cash all them motherfucking checks.
And I cannot for the life of me understand why people put her on a pedestal. And these allegedly smart people put her on this pedestal like she's something important.
We got to tell you about yourself. It's your fucking old lying ass over there. Is her fucking name obnoxiously relevant?
Because I know, she changed it.
She meant to say obnoxious and irrelevant. That's what she meant to say.
And coincidentally, it sounds exactly like Queen Bee's voice because, as I've always thought, Queen Bee is using some sort of slight distortion on her voice when she broadcasts.
Exposed!
Queen Bee exposed! Oh my god, bitch.
Did they get that Dugan?
Said they get that Dugan. That shit Chronicle was shady. You better fucking shut your mouth with that. Well, stop.
Wow. What in the hell? Someone told Queen Bee that you said it was her hacking your emails. What the hell is wrong with people?
Right? Take your ass to bed. It's fucking past your bedtime. Go on now.
Right? Why you gotta be crying?
I'm fucking killing the vibe, bitch. Take your ass to bed. Boston, no, I'm not capping at all. I'm telling the whole truth.
Good, right?
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna skedaddle. You know me, skedaddling away.
All right.
Pumpkin. I love you too.
I despise you, Boston.
Whatever.
Good morning, beautiful.
Happy day.
Happy day, baby. We got trigger today. Gotta trigger these motherfuckers every day.
Baby Jesus showed us that, you guys. I swear to God.
I know that's right, because you just put right on that shit.
Yes, I did. Baby Jesus was like, look here.
Yeah, fuck the pause. Pause for the cause. Fuck that pause. I'm
just trying to be a better person.
I
know it.
Let's see here. God damn it, dude. You hear him?
Yes, the dog is.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Girl, this tea is piping.
It's living. Motherfucker's hot.
That just burnt the roof of my mouth.
Where's Candy Sue? Where's she at? You heard that like I heard that one. Fire in the hole. Smoke him if you got him.
You're like the third person that would probably be in the back of the class.
Fuck you, me too.
Ellie's a thug.
Right.
You don't
We're all thugs around here. Shambles. Thank you for supporting the hot biddies. Y'all wasn't ready for that, was you?
Wait, I wasn't, bitch. I was not. I wasn't even close to ready for that shit. All right, I love you, baby girl. I'm gonna jump off.
I love you too, baby doll. Yo, what's happening? What's happening? What y'all think about the shit show over there? I can tell you right now, Seth is a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. And we're going to call you out on it. Come on now, Home Slice. Did you think you was really going to sit there in line? We wasn't going to call you out for it? For real? For real, for real? That Michelle I am too. I can't believe he sat and lied his motherfucking ass off like he did. Boy, stop it. My God, stop it. And did you see him trying to pin him down about Katie? About him sleeping with Katie or whatever when she was a minor, allegedly? He's like, Tony's like, let me just take over. And as soon as Seth knew his ass was caught, he's like, I just want to focus on Sebastian. Yeah, we don't want to focus on you sleeping with a minor, right? Probably struck a chord because it's probably a minor. Uh-oh, here, we need a wop, wop, wop for that one. We need a little wop, wop, wop to start this one out. Oh, shit, but...
Yo, Seth Rogers, I heard you like him young. You better not go to cell block number 1. Katie was a teen when you fell in love. Then you had a son. Sebastian go missing and now you play dumb. Now you suspect number 1. Wah, 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 wah. Done, you messed up. Ah, wah, 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 wah. You done messed up. Now you're under fire for messing with a minor. You ain't like me. They ain't like us. They ain't like us. They ain't like us.
Girl.
They ain't like us. They ain't like us.
Get out of there, Lily.
My God, what's up, barbecue lady? What you doing?
I had to hold my composure for what, 2.5 hours and not say a single thing in a chat, and I did it.
I did too. We watched it in the Discord, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. Yeah.
But I sure was like, you lying, fuck you.
Yeah. I made everybody stay muted just so we could just listen to it in real time, but I'm telling you, there's actual factual proof that he lied in that interview.
Hell yeah. I'm sorry, I had to let the dogs in real quick. Hell yeah, there's proof. His ass fucking lied, and we're going over it all tonight. Shit too lied his fucking
I'm
ass
here
off.
for it. It's 10 o'clock. I got to get up a little early and take a little Sunday drive on a Tuesday.
Uh-oh. Hold on here. I'm getting this fucking interview pulled up real quick. Holy shit, man. Cannot fucking believe that. Lord.
Dude, my heart's racing. I can't. In my opinion, it sounded like those questions were reviewed beforehand, and there was questions that should have been asked that were not asked.
What's up, voices? What you doing?
I caught 3 lies.
Yeah, I caught a couple too. I was gonna say I need to talk to you about yesterday though. I haven't had the chance, but I need to talk to you about yesterday because that response was way out of line for what happened. But we'll talk outside of here. Care Bear, thank you for the 1999 super sticker. Sean lied. Sean lied. Sean lied. They every roof he has left. I don't know what you want. Am I reading that wrong?
I don't see it.
I can't see it.
Oh, the super chat that's up there.
It says I'm appalled.
On the screen? Oh shit. I thought it was pulled up on the screen. When am I reading this wrong? It says Sean lied. They every roof he has left. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, baby. I don't know what that means. But thank you. I appreciate that. He did lie his ass off. Sure the fuck he did. New kid in town. Thank you for being a member for a month. Brenda K. Thank you for being here and happy life. New member. Thank you so much. Oh, the proof. The proof. There we go. Okay, Seth. Okay, Sean lied. They every proof he has left.
It used.
I don't know. Maybe she'll see it and rewrite it. I'm not sure what the fuck it says, but anyhow, I appreciate you popping the $20 super sticker for us. Thank you for showing love, Care Bear. I appreciate that, baby.
A little lie, a white lie, a big lie. They're all a lie. You lie, you're a liar.
Did you guys notice when he was asking questions? He's like, I just don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to focus on Sebastian. Did y'all notice that?
They tried 2 or 3 times to turn it in that direction.
Yep. and Seth lied through his teeth, and so did Tony. Tony, sure the fuck he did. Yes, he did. Seth lied for sure, and Tony tried to cover it up with more lies. And then when he thought Seth was going to overload and put his foot in his mouth, he's like, okay, Seth, I'll take over from here. We don't need you blowing this fucking interview for us right now.
When did Tony become an advocate?
Yeah, I'm curious about that. I'm curious about that.
I got scorned so bad. I got ridiculed for saying that I was an advocate for Sebastian to help spread awareness. And I was asked, what kind of training did I get to be an advocate?
Yeah, that was by me.
Oh, sorry. I got scorned by you.
There is no advocates on here. If they claim to be a fucking advocate on here, you can kiss that ass goodbye. They're not.
But you can advocate for something. You can spread awareness and advocate. And I think that when the word was used about being an advocate, I think it was merely just to spread awareness, not a licensed or certified whatever.
Right, I get what you mean. Yeah. I mean, there's lots of okay. There's lots of people who advocate, but who can advocate or whatever. But like you said, not it's few and far between that they have the certifications and shit like that. My God. This interview sucked. LSU Nancy Drew, thank you so much. Melanie, Seth lied through his teeth, and so did Tony. Fuck yeah, he did. Sean lied through every roof he had left. Damn autocorrect. Yeah, it fucking got you again. Care Bear, they got your ass again. Daddy's baby girl, thank you for the membership. I appreciate that. AKA Shorty, member for 8 months. Seth Tony talks some shit and lied. Hell yeah. Yeah, they did. All right, let's turn this on. The whole thing was a fucking joke. Yes, it was. I agree. What you want me to turn this on so you can go through the lies with us, or did you have them already written down, voices?
I have two, the age, and then Tony lied right on the back of it.
Yes.
But I think that there's two more, like almost right in the beginning of the story. And then there was the lie in California. Yeah, I should have wrote them down. I didn't write them all down.
See, I didn't either. I should have. I kicked myself in the ass after that. But you know what? We're going to go through them anyway, so it really doesn't matter, you know?
The lie that... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Baby.
I was going to say the lie that I saw him or heard him make was when Aiden asked him, did you put on your application that they could not contact your former employer? And Seth said, no, he didn't do that. But he actually did write that down because he had wrote that his former supervisor at Rogers Homestead Family Values was Katie Payne. And it says, may we contact this employer? He wrote, no.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
well, let's just pull that up, shall we?
Do you think that's
because
Tony's
the clip channels will have an easier time. The clip channels will have an easier time putting this together if we show the lies with the live stream. All right, here we go. We got it. Bam, bam, baby. I'm going to use this off your Twitter, okay?
That's fine.
Come in clear on that.
That's fine.
And me to pull it.
Yep, that's fine.
Yes, somebody else in chat reminded me of another one. The game playing, the playing on Call of Duty on the phone.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's another one, and another one, and another one. All right, here we go. So, Barbecue Lady posted this and said because he filled out an application listing it as his previous employment, and he did. So, it's right here. Hours worked per week, 85. Name of supervisor, Katie Payne. Supervisor. May we contact the employer? No. Upper top right-hand corner. So. And TTT knew about the CPS report content. You know what? I've read those CPS reports, and they are in favor of Katie. So they fucked up bad when they came out here talking about they have 5 CPS reports and they're all bad. They knew you guys wouldn't be able to see it so that you wouldn't, so people would just believe what they said. Well, guess what? I seen that shit and you are fucking lying. And it's one CPS report, but has 5 parts to it because the lady that called it in is the first one that went out there. The second one that went out there was the lady who did the investigation. Then her supervisor had to sign off on it. Another supervisor had to sign off on it when they gave him the paperwork. And then his supervisor that went and seen, or not his supervisor, his caseworker that went and talked to him. So 5. Why they said 5 CPS reports? No, it ain't. It's not 5. It's 1 with 5 parts to it. Just so y'all know. Since folks like to lie. Another episode of Snore Lodge, The Liars. Let's go ahead and roll with it.
There's no sound.
Well, we're gonna watch this drama creator, but he did give me. Listen, he did give me a shout out. Thanks, Snore Lodge, Aiden. I appreciate that little shout out you gave me. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. He gave Clue a shout out too. I bet you are.
Oh, there's no sound for us.
Oh no. Okay. Well, here we go. Hopefully you wouldn't know without it for too long. We'll go back and start over again.
Where we are actually, or the word lads, like, in this time, we have some of the people absolutely closest to it, people who are not, running around.
Yeah, he gave me a shout out. He gave me and Clue both a shout out. He said he loves our channels. He said he'll be going back. He'll be coming back, hanging out,
doing who knows what in California, pretending to be private investigators. And those are Tony Mathis and Seth Rogers. I'm honestly very excited to have you guys on tonight. This has been a conversation I've wanted to have for a while, and I think that one of the most important things we can do tonight is not only dissuade some of these.
Well, first and foremost, this is a very biased interview. Very biased interview, just so y'all are well aware.
Rumors that have been going around, or at least clear them up, get to the bottom of them. But most importantly, we can bring this back around to Sebastian, because so much is floating around with rumor. So much of these random accusations, these weird things. I've been going back and forth with people on Twitter for a month who insist that, Seth, you are in fact the candy man, and you've been stealing children, and you said it yourself. But all of the clips of it have been scrubbed from the internet. I'm using a big fake example, but my point is,
he called him the candy man.
is everybody keeps insisting that things have been said, things have been done, and then when it's time to present the evidence, as we gave Steve Fisher a chance to do when he came on the show, it doesn't materialize, and they claim it's been deleted. They claim it's, somewhere else. So I want to get to the bottom of some of these rumors. I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, because in most of these cases, they say that it's something that you yourself said, Seth, or that you said, Tony. But before we do that, I want to start off by allowing you guys to introduce yourselves a little bit, say who you are. Seth, obviously you're involved in the case because you are Sebastian's father, but Tony, you're not related to Sebastian at all, so why are you here? So if we can just, I guess, Seth, if you want to go first and just, let us know who you are.
Seth Rogers, I'm Sebastian's father. Seem to be the only person that's, his parent. Seem to be the only parent that's actively looking for him, trying to keep his name out there.
Soon to be. I didn't like that. It was weird to me that he said soon to be.
Lie number 5.
Seemed.
He's not the only one out there searching for his son. Lie number 5. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. He seemed to be, not soon to be, seemed.
All right, I might have misheard it, but that's what I heard.
Yeah, he has not actively looked for Sebastian since last March.
All right.
Trying to get people to look for him.
All right. Well, I mean, that's all I really needed you to say. You're his dad. And as far as I can tell so far, and this is why I want to have some of these conversations tonight, is as far as I can tell, you have been on the hunt for this, right? For, basically since he went missing. And
since he was reported missing, I've been looking for my son.
Okay, so that's been the last year of your life, basically, has been trying to find this kid.
Trying to find my son, yes.
All right, and I want to get...
Well, the last year, in my opinion, you have pretended to look for your son, but you've stirred up and started a whole lot of shit on the internet as well to intimidate Katie, in my opinion.
Into some of the details about that a little bit more as we go into it, but first, I think that it's important that everybody knows who Tony is.
So I'm Tony Mathis. I'm an advocate, a friend, a brother to Seth Rogers.
Lie. You're Seth Rogers' mouthpiece. Say it how it is. Come on now.
Technically, I'm his
Seth
national
adoring at him.
I know. Wait for the motherfucking hand signals, advocate.
Waiting for adoringly staring at him.
Yes, leave it alone, damn it. She's trying to take the bird egg. If I take it away, it'll make her go kick into having more, and I don't want that. So, and I don't need my bird egg bound. So,
more importantly, an advocate, a friend, and a brother.
And how'd you get involved in all this? How'd you and Seth meet?
So we had a common creator friend that reached out to me, and
yeah, the victim bashing of KP was beyond disgusting. Fuck yeah, it was. It was nasty as hell. Nasty as hell. Nothing like a motherfucking dog whistle on a channel with 600,000 people. Okay.
Told me that Seth could use some help and some guidance. And when I initially got involved with Seth, I was simply trying to help him come up with a qualified search and rescue team.
Mm-hmm.
And it got.
Hold on, Beach him. So Chris is bad for answering for Katie, but it's okay for Tony to answer all the questions for Seth, and he's just a PR guy. Isn't that sus? Yes, it sure the hell is, B-Tim. Sure is. Yes, Tony is staying in a hotel because he travels for his job. But you know what really caught me? I guess we'll have to probably listen to it. But you know what really got me? Was when he started, crybabying that somebody drove past his house. Hold on. What about this? What about this right here? And if they're going to have to try to take away one of my voices, they're going to have to get ready for my voice. But guess what? What was this from? Oh, that's right. This was from your friend Betty, who got 4 order protections, who stopped their fucking house. So did Smiley. So did CJ. For fuck's sakes, the list goes on and on and on. But you want to fucking cry because somebody drove by your house. The fuck out of here.
Got to the point where Seth was reaching out on a daily basis and asking for advice on different things, predominantly interviews, media, things of that nature. And he started asking me if I would be his spokesperson. At the time, I was involved in another case, and I really wasn't interested in doing that. I told Seth that if he could figure out a way to get united with the mom and the stepdad, that I might have a little more interest in being one voice for the entire family. So Seth gave that a very valiant attempt, and it didn't really work out. And it got to the point where I was out fishing one day on a Friday, and Seth called me and he said, "Brother," he said, "I'm drowning over here." And he said, I really, really need your help, and doesn't look like it's going to work with Chris and Katie. Could you please just help me? So I agreed to help him. I think it was right around the 1st of May of 24.
Okay, so March, April. So, he was searching. He started searching February, March, April, but then he stopped. So about the time you picked up was about the time he stopped searching. And we ain't seen proof of him searching since. CJ was in there calling Seth out. The CJ that was, because there's a CJ that likes him. So I don't know which one you're talking about, but I can tell you right now, it almost seemed like he got fucking irritated with Tony answering for him.
And we've been attached at the hip ever since then.
All right. Yeah. I think that clears up some questions that I had, because that was one thing I was curious about. You and I had talked about it a little bit, but just, what was the connection here? How did you get involved? Why is this person here? Because there's a lot of questions out there, well, why is Tony always there? What qualifications does Tony have? Why is he involved? And at the end of the day, you've come out and you've basically been a rock. So as I understand.
Definitely a person I can lean on.
Okay. So I think that, Tony, just so I understand, there is no money being exchanged here. You're just here to do what you feel is right, correct?
Yeah, a couple things, Aiden. I would say I have a spreadsheet just for our family's benefit of.
Y'all know that song Peekaboo. What they talk about ain't talking about nothing. What they talk about ain't talking about nothing. This is exactly what it reminds me of. What they talk about ain't talking about nothing. What they talk about ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about shit. They're out here lying about shit.
Of what I spend when I volunteer to help a certain situation. And I told you on the phone, I think as of our last trip to Tennessee, my wife and I were a little over $17,000 into helping Seth. So
Okay, but what Voices? What was that kid's name that he? You know what I'm talking about? The kid
Caleb
before.
Harris.
Caleb Harris. So what happened to all that money from Caleb Harris's fucking goddamn TikTok that you used and laundered, in my opinion, on TikTok into people's fucking little diamonds into their accounts, right? Because you had to spend all that shit. You spent those money as, what are they called? Barbecue lady. What are they called? Diamonds.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of, how do you get that fucking money out of the account?
It just goes to his PayPal. It would go to his PayPal, but you know, that's the same channel that he just had over 10,000 people, which in order to be in the creator fund on TikTok, you have to have over 10,000 followers. And you're basically monetized for your video views and stuff like that. But he just abruptly, out of nowhere, went from finding Caleb Harris to Tony Mathis. People were actually really upset about that because those people followed that account. That'd be like,
oh, we were extremely upset about it because he doxed JLR and me on that fucking channel, on that page over there. Oh yeah, I know exactly what he did with it. Took Caleb's name off of it, doxed JLR and me on his fucking channel, then took it down, and then tried to say, oh, well, the family gave me this account. He told me I could have it. With all of Caleb's family and fucking people and friends and everybody that was searching for him. Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't buy that. I believe he took it, in my opinion. I believe he took shit over.
Yeah.
And they were, instead of fighting him on it, they were like, you know what? Take that shit and get the fuck out of here and get the fuck out of our lives, because he shared a picture of their son deceased.
Well, he lied. He came on a
What?
public platform and said that he never shared that video.
And another one.
Right. Hey, there we go. Right on time. And another one.
Not only is there not a financial gain, there's been a significant expense. And, you know, if my wife and I weren't helping Seth, we would be doing something else. We would be helping, you know, kids' ball teams or something like that. So it's what we've done for the majority of our married lives. And an interesting thing that you and them probably didn't know is that I had been
Didn't he get in trouble for something with high school athletics and not doing what he said he did? But now he's out here touting that he is 17,000 into helping Seth find Sebastian. But that's okay, because normally we would help a school or something like that. So if you take what his past was and him getting in trouble with scamming, so to speak, allegedly, per the documents that have been circulating. So if you were to do that, wouldn't you then take, therefore, and assume, then be safe to assume that this is a scam somehow in some way with Seth for Sebastian?
I can't comment.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. That's more than enough. Anyway, that was a lot of words to say what I said.
Yeah.
And I apologize, but some things, like, I truly hear some people, and everybody has their opinion, but some things I just, in this moment, I can't speak what I want to say right now.
Listen,
No,
you're in
that's
an
all you
active
gotta
fucking
say.
litigation. You're in active litigation, and you have court tomorrow. Don't say nothing you ain't supposed to be saying. It's all good.
The truth will come out eventually.
Exactly.
One wake up.
Why did Seth list Rogers Homestead Family Values as his company on at-night contract he signed back in September? Why wasn't the sheriff's office listed? Interesting question.
Inquiring minds.
Oh, absolutely. Lippy, wop, 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 baby, at least you're here. 17K debt is bond revoked. Sounds like it, huh? Sounds like it. Very interesting.
Presenting Seth for
does that
about 2 months.
Oh, sorry.
Before I.
Sorry, baby,
I was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say, does that 17,000 include the $2,095, 10% of Betty's bail that he put up?
Yeah, that's what I was curious too. I was wanting to know.
Is that included?
As well.
And how many times has Tony been to Tennessee to help search? And how many searches have they actually conducted? And how many flyers have they put out? Because Seth publicly stated that he had like 30 to 40,000 flyers that he gave out or hung up, or I don't know the exact verbiage, so don't quote me, but 40,000 sheets of paper stands 16 feet tall. That is a fact. That's a lot of fucking flyers. Sorry. And when we went to Clarksville to hang up flyers, we saw one yard sign along the little highway that leads you probably halfway from Hendersonville to Clarksville. One sign on the side of the road. Nothing in Clarksville.
See? Smoke them if you got them. Oh, and you know what? Listen to this. Let me tell you something else. Tonight, we took a bitch down in the middle of his motherfucking live stream. And yes, I want you to know that was me.
What?
Definitely me. We took a bitch down during his live stream tonight. And I want him to know it was me. Come for me, bitch, because it was me.
I'm kind of lost. I got to stay on mute because my dogs are annoying. But what?
That's all right. But he knows who I'm talking to. He was live at why this was going on and decided he was going to continue to dox and continue to talk shit and continue to be a little bitch. So I went and took his fucking ass down. Struck his fucking live stream and took that motherfucker down while he was live.
People need to be held accountable.
Yeah, they do. They sure as fuck do. And this bitch is going to get held accountable, period. I'm done with the motherfucker. Crazy Crystal, you saw it? That's all right. We got it recorded too. So it's all good. Come for me, bitch, because I'm the one that did it. So fuck you.
Found out that he was born and raised about 15 minutes from me. So we actually grew up in the same community around a little town called Joplin, Missouri.
Okay.
And he was in a little town called Riverton, Kansas, which was literally 15 minutes across the state line. So, we ate at the same restaurant there on Sundays. We shopped at the same Walmart, and it was kind of a neat
Went to
deal.
the same mall.
Yeah, shopped at the same mall, that kind of thing. Never crossed paths, but certainly lived right there close to each other.
Went to the same pool.
Hey, can you pause that 1 second?
Yeah.
Can I make an address to a comment in the chat, please? Can you hear me?
I can, but I'm not the boss.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was letting
Oh,
Diffin
no.
I thought I was unmuted still, and I was yelling at you. Yeah, but you wasn't hearing me.
And I know this isn't my live, and I'm just a guest here, but when people address me in the comments, saying barbecue is not even smart being on this panel right now. What is wrong with people? Is it just stupidity? And that's the difference of like logic and just coming out of the side of your mouth saying whatever you want. Is I have every right to be wherever I want to be, and whoever allows me to be a guest on their panel.
And you can comment on whatever you want to comment on.
And I'm allowed to have an opinion because that is what I'm afforded with the First Amendment. That's all I wanted to say.
Just like you are. Just like you're in this chat under you with your opinion. Just like you were in the other chats with your opinion.
That's all I wanted to say. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. I can imagine that would definitely bring an extra level of comfort and security when going through a lot of this stuff, to know that at least, no matter what, you guys not only have each other in this scenario, but you can relate back to kind of your childhoods and have that kind of communal understanding.
Right. And, before you get into your questions, Aiden, one thing that I forgot to text you about is for anybody that has a question, Seth has not moved to Oklahoma. He's not moved out of his house. He's lived in the same house since 2020. He still drives the same pickup. We did a live when he came to my.
Is that so? Because the sheriff's office says different. Matter of fact, the sheriff's office tried to serve him over 16 times. And they said that he is no longer, they have not seen him in their state.
My opinion is that that is the same room that he would do all of his other YouTube lives in, with the exception of the one that he did at Tony's house, because It had like a green thing on the wall, and you can kind of see like the fan blades moving. So that does appear to me as the same place.
It does, yeah.
At one point, he points, my neighbor over there, my neighbor up there, my neighbor up there, my neighbor over here, my neighbor, and he points. So I do believe that's the
Which
same.
is kind of odd because he lives in a side-by-side duplex, so he only has one fucking set of neighbors. What do you mean neighbor over here, over there, over here?
Well, that's what he points out.
Seth, what do you mean your neighbor over there, over here, over there? Because I know your ass is listening. You listen to every fucking live I do. I've already been told. So, matter of fact, you responded to a couple of our things in here. Matter of fact. And you really don't like B. Tim.
My house, we invited him to spend a few days with our family, which has become his family over time. And, you know, we wanted to go see some of the places that he grew up and where I grew up and let him meet our folks. And so we had him for a few days in Oklahoma over Christmas. And that was the extent of his big move to Oklahoma.
All right. This is, I'm starting to sense a pattern here in rumors I hear and then the reality of them. So speaking of funding, though, while we were kind of on that topic, I wanted to address that because that was one of the big things I saw going around. All of these claims that, you know, there's this GoFundMe that the Proudfoot said they didn't want set up, and then that Seth, you know, it materialized. And I want to say, you know, I'm going to ask you guys who created it and all that.
Again, this is a very biased interview. Keep that in mind while you're listening. If you can't already tell yourself.
But
I agree.
The issue of the GoFundMe has been.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and Aiden, he's a little bitch. He can't keep his, you know what I'm saying, his feelings out of shit. Like, he just can't. Hence the reason he was talking about Chris Proudfoot's cock. I mean, or penis. Sorry, excuse me.
I think that it would be very telling to like have somebody like you interview Seth and Tony. Just saying.
Oh, they would never, but I would love it.
Proudfoots didn't want it. They don't know where the money is going. And there are these claims out there that, Seth, you gave money from that GoFundMe to people for improper uses. So I wanted to ask, you know, when it comes to that, who started this GoFundMe?
My sister.
Your sister did? And were you aware that she was starting it, or did she just do it and then let you know?
She called me up. She was, because she knew Sebastian was missing. And she was like, hey, do you want me to start your GoFundMe? And I was like, you can just.
So 3 days after your son goes missing, 72 hours. Your son's been missing 72 hours. That's it. 72 hours. And your sister's calling you to set up a goddamn GoFundMe instead of calling and saying, hey, it's been 3 days. Has he been found? Do you know anything, anywhere else he'd be? She calls to set up a goddamn GoFundMe. And instead of you saying, hey, why don't you wait for a couple days? Let's see if he comes home, man. I don't give a fuck about that money. I care about my son and I want him home. No, go ahead and set it up. Go ahead. It's all right. Fuck it. Go ahead and set it up. We need that money. Fuck this. Set it up. Right?
You know, it was very telling whenever he says that, you know, his sister reached out to him and asked to set it up. And he said, as long as Sebastian's name is not attached. And nothing was ever touched on with the question that Aiden said to him was, did you pay somebody's rent or pay a bill or something for someone out of that GoFundMe? And he did answer no. But what about the godmother's Cash App, who has been flooded on social media sites for this entire time? Venmo, whatever else. Never touched on that. They made it seem like it was just this standard 25 grand.
And we know that it was well over the 25 grand because something.
I think the GoFundMe that his sister created was at like 24,000 something. It was pretty close to 25, but I don't think it ever went over that. But it's everything else that got brushed under the rug.
That might be the other thing, because we still have the questions about the Sebastian's Army Venmo that was there at the Texana show.
Michaela's Mutts for the dog party that they had one screenshot that came out to payment to Michaela's Mutts that said first payment or payment one or something of the nature of that. I have it somewhere in my screenshots. But if there was one, you wouldn't label it as a payment number if it was the only one. Like, in my opinion, if I'm going to send somebody 3 payments, I'll label the first one payment 1, the second one payment 2, the third one final payment. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it was just very open-ended.
Well, let's see. I think this is interesting to show. Law offices of Joseph Lesniak, whatever. Here, client Seth Rogers, client representative Tony Mathis, At Night Media LLC, One World Corp, right? So Seth Rogers signs his name to this, right? Signs his name to this. Why did Seth list Rogers Homestead Family Values as his company on At Night contract he signed back in September? Why wasn't the sheriff's office listed? Company, Rogers Homestead Family Values. And Hong signed his back in May.
No, that's backwards. It's September 5th, 2024. And then the other one is 9/13.
September 13th. Okay, so then this is only 5 days apart or so. So that's not too fucking far. Because somebody said May 5th while I'm reading their email on the phone at the same time. But it wouldn't have been May 9th, it would have been September 5th. So you must be reading it. It still don't make sense.
Yeah, but there's quite a few dates in the filing that also reflect that same dating pattern.
Interesting. Okay, here we go. Get back
Don't put
to it.
Sebastian's
Can you
name
guys hear it?
Because there had been a previous conversation between me, Chris, and Katie, and Chris said, we don't need to GoFundMe. That makes us look bad. And I don't know about anybody else, but this was my first time dealing with a missing child. And I knew that I was going to be looking for my son.
Yeah. Let me jump in there, Aiden. He has a sister that lives in San Antonio, and she is a very good steward of money. She knew her brother well enough to know that he was going to be taking time off of work until he found his son. She did not need Chris or Katie's permission to help her brother. Maybe they didn't need a GoFundMe. Knowing what we know now, no more time than they spent looking for him, they didn't need a GoFundMe. Seth was planning on taking time off of work, and he was planning on searching for Sebastian until he found him. And, Seth is, he's not a paycheck to paycheck guy, but he's a guy that doesn't have a lot of extra money. He was very blessed. I think there was $24,000 to $25,000 raised in that account. The first couple of months, he had some coworkers that donated some PTO time to him, which they allowed them to do in the county.
Okay.
It amounted to about 23 days.
All right.
And then, there was probably a couple of month period after that where he literally went with no income at all. So, Seth's, we're going to have to get personal tonight to dispel some of these rumors and some things we really didn't choose to get personal on regarding the mother, et cetera. But, he's about $4,000 or $5,000 a month it takes to survive. So, if you go a couple without an income at all, there's $8,000 to $10,000 of that money.
Can you stop that?
He was buying all of those signs.
I would love to know. It's none of my business. I actually don't want to love to know, but it's very suspicious to me that a single guy who has his son every other weekend needs to spend $4,000 a month to survive. Okay. And I only say that because I am a single mother and I have a teenage daughter and I have 5 dogs at my house. And it doesn't cost me $4,000 to live. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm a single female and I live right on about $1,100 a month. So
It's just my opinion.
Were not donated. He put signs all over Hendersonville. He had
Actually, TBI gives you the signs for free, and we already know that. And the Cajun Navy left about, what they say, 165 flyers.
Also, I'll also say that while the groups of people that met us down in Hendersonville and have hung flyers on multiple occasions over the last year, Chris and Katie have told us and provided us with flyers that they received for free, some for free, from the sheriff's office or TBI, one of the two. I didn't really ask who, but they said that they could get them for free.
Yeah.
Two people working. One of them was pro bono. The other one was paid. He paid her of about $3,000. And he stretched that money all the way.
Oh, Chloe, in my opinion, the one that didn't want to be with you and you got mad about it, that one? That's the one, huh? Because you sure was motherfucking hot. When you went off on Trevor. Trevor over at Chloe's house. Why don't you come outside? Remember that little blowout? Because
I do.
He was pissed. Well, everything got leaked, and I'm going to take the blame for it because that's just who I am. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's just who you are, okay? Where the fuck is Clue at? Bitch, we know you ain't hiding. Bring your ass up here. Where the fuck you at?
The way out to where even today there's still probably $1,000 in that account.
Okay.
So, you can imagine over time, we made a trip to Virginia that cost about $1,500 to chase down a lead. I mean, he basically wore the tires off of his truck driving back and forth. He had truck problems. I mean, and what we find interesting is that in every one of these missing children's cases, somebody always sets up a GoFundMe.
Right.
And it's become very normal. I mean, shoot, I'm in GoFundMe set up for people that need help with their children's sports and whatnot.
Yeah.
But what I find ironic is that the people that understand what it takes to look for a missing child are not concerned about that.
No.
It's the people that are making money off of this child.
The father, because he's made damn good money. Ass pats for super chats. 3 months in a row, he's made at least $5,000, in my opinion. But yeah, this sounds like, give us more money. We need more money. Give us more money. In my opinion, that's what it sounds like.
Or making money off the drama surrounding the child that are asking the question.
Amy, you keep saying devices connected. Amy's tried to come up 2 times, and both times I've tried to put her on panel, and it says device is not connected. So I don't know if you got I don't know what's going on, baby, but you allow your camera and your mic to come up. You know how to work it. Small town girl, what you got to add, baby?
What's up?
What's going on?
I think it's quite ironic that Tony is saying that a lot of people with missing children create GoFundMes, yet he has several GoFundMes in his name for the Caleb Harris case. It's
And
not normal for families to think of about creating GoFundMes on day 3 that your son goes missing because you think you're going to be out of work for months.
Also, he said that people, the channels that were making money, I've seen a lot of super chats for specific channels that, made a lot of money.
So does that mean that he has a problem with like Brittany J and Justin and
Good
Ollie,
point.
Betty?
Good fucking point.
Because you can't throw a stone one direction and not the other.
Well, and why didn't they bring up the Cash App? Only the GoFundMe was talked about, and Aiden is trying to justify that $25,000 was spent, and Seth or Tony's sitting here saying that there's still $1,000 in that account. Well, I'm sure he made just as much in Cash Apps that was also in someone else's name. Why is that not being discussed?
Ro brought up the point he sold merch too. Wristbands, t-shirts.
Oh my God, yeah, I forgot all about that shit. Gosh,
He
dang,
sold
man.
T-shirts, and in the stores, it's a T-shirt store where you go to buy it. It says all proceeds will be donated to Seth Rogers. And I think the last time we looked, which was several months ago, it was already up to like over $12,000 just in that.
And he still has that side up selling merch, Pin says.
And that doesn't include the other shirts that they sold at the motorcycle rally. Those were $25.
Shit,
the
look,
cartoon character.
Justin pulled in probably $2,000 in one fucking night just getting up there crying.
When he pulled in what, over $5,000 the day that Betty got arrested?
Yes, Tony was, yep. Kate and Tony were both crying.
Yeah, and Justin got on and was saying how he didn't think that Betty should be arrested, and people donated like over $5,000 to Justin that night.
Yep.
And why is Tony discussing Seth's finances? Why can't Seth talk?
Well, I would dare to say because he's choking right now. If you look at the picture. Or
I just want to. Oh,
a
sorry.
or he's just giving a hand signal.
Lore Lodge is messaging me about me confronting the fact that Seth lied on the panel tonight, and he wrote, "Do you want to elaborate?" Yeah, I do. I'm going to.
Tell him to go ahead and come on over. We'll elaborate. We'll show him the evidence he needs. Come on, Laura Lodge. Come on up. The link is pinned. Hey, Ro, what you doing?
Hey, he's about to tell you why Seth can't talk, because apparently his sister has to manage his money. This grown-ass man can't manage his money, and he has to ask for his sister for his GoFundMe money whenever, he can get little pieces of it. Because a grown-ass man and father can't manage his own money. His sister does it for him. He'll tell you in a minute.
Well, yeah, Tony says on here in just a minute that they don't even give Seth $50 until Tony and his sister speak.
Right.
Hey,
So
if he's that financially irresponsible, then good on her. Because otherwise, then we would know that should tell us that the $12,000 rumor isn't true. Number one.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
I don't know if that's true that they give him $50.
Because he was with Michaela well before he was with Tony. So
yeah, I'm just saying I'd be embarrassed if my national spokesperson was sitting up here telling everybody that I was so damn irresponsible that they had to prove me getting money out of my own quote.
Yeah, because that does not sound good. How the fuck are you? How are you guarding, but you can't guard your own bank account and spend your own money? Fuck out of here.
Poor
Don't ask me. Your sister doing your shit for you. What the fuck is going on here?
But if it's in her name, then she's keeping control of it the right way.
No, I'm sorry. No.
And was his sister, was she over all of his finances before Sebastian went missing, before this GoFundMe was created?
Probably didn't have this kind of money.
I know one thing that sister better be doing is tax time, baby.
Oh, and you know what
Eat
else?
that
Oh,
up.
listen, you know, when somebody's on disability, they allegedly only have a certain amount of money coming in. That's right.
Yeah, that's why.
Purple Dragon
Sister
Shield
had
makes
to
me
go.
want to now I know why it was in her name, in my opinion. From an
Sister had to
autistic,
GoFundMe.
from autistic, I'm so livid. How dare the green team violate Sebastian's privacy? They embarrassed Sebastian over and over by releasing his bathroom habits and trauma. None of this is helping find Sebastian. I agree with that. Shit was fucking
I agree.
I
agree.
GoFundMe was in sister's name and Cash App was in Sebastian's godmother's name. There's a reason why.
And I don't know if it sounded like it to anybody else, but seems like Tony's read those CPS reports.
Oh, he definitely has. Fuck yeah, he has.
He opened his mouth one too many times tonight and said way too much, in my opinion, of information that he should not know.
Williams,
he should have let Seth talk.
I agree with you on that.
Like, he butted in a lot of conversations that I personally thought, in my opinion, was not his place, not his business. Seth has a mouth. He knows how to use it. Like, he was up on Smiley's live spouting off, and today he's all boo-hooing. So we know he has a mouth.
And we know he knows how to use it. Okay.
Well, and why did Tony, like, he butted in when the question was asked how old Katie was when they met, and Tony goes off giving these stories about Katie either having a boyfriend that was a married man or all this stuff. How does Tony know this crap? Why is he talking and not Seth?
He's just spouting the fuck off about shit he knows nothing about. This is what happens when the left hand don't communicate with the right hand and motherfuckers make up stories. What's up, Amy? How you doing, bitch?
That was said to hurt Katie.
But Laura Lodge says, hey, if you guys hear any misinformation on the streets, make sure you refer them to this video. Like, the word is gold.
Hello?
Hey, honey, how are you, Amy?
Oh, I have a lot. I agree with whoever was talking. Who's talking right now?
Well, you are.
No, before I came up.
I think Barbecue was, but you can go ahead, baby.
I actually agree with you. He thinks he knows everything about stuff, but he doesn't, even about Katie. And how does he know about what he knows that Katie
I agree, Amy.
I mean, on the point, I was pissed about that. I'm going, his life is yours, Seth,
Yep. And
For sure, Amy, you're right.
Even Laura Lodge said to question whether Katie made pancakes that morning because she usually didn't do that. How do any of y'all motherfuckers know what she did in the privacy of her own home for her child?
Yeah, right.
There you go.
And also, when Tony was talking about, we've talked to Katie's family members, so someone else's word is gold now?
Family that she's estranged from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
like
that be
Yada
that
or
crazy-
whatever her
Yep.
crazy name was.
That's what I was just going to say. Oh, so now we're going to take the word of the crazy Yada lady.
Wasn't that the lady that was interviewed by Bullhorn Betty that time?
Yes.
Yeah, it hasn't had anything to do with Katie.
Know. That lady,
Yeah.
Katie don't even know her.
And that was one of the smartest things that Chris and Katie could have ever done, is say no to Tony representing them.
Queen?
Yeah, that was the best thing he could have done. Yeah, honey.
Do you think they
honey.
abused him? Katie,
What, baby?
Katie and Chris, do you think they abused Sebastian?
No. I don't think they did at all, in my opinion.
I've never seen any proof of that, Amy. And until I can't say that no, they didn't, or yes, they did, but I've never seen proof of it.
Neither have I.
Exactly.
And the whole school thing was a huge lie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah, it was.
Do you know how they don't know how to lie about the whole school stuff? Because they kept adding to the story. I'm going, this is some bullshit. No, I'm not buying this. That's bullshit. Because they kept messing up the timeline. Even I got mixed up about the timeline.
Well, I think the big thing for me was where Seth was saying that he was enrolling Sebastian. He couldn't get him at the time because he didn't get off work in time to take Sebastian to school and stuff. Where in the past, he said Sebastian was coming to his house to do online school.
And another one.
And you know what else, though? Look, Pin, I agree. The fact that Snorlodge puts so much importance on Nina and CP's custody case, talking about Chris Proudfoot and Nina's custody case, and pushes how much he tries digging into that info, especially knowing it's a sealed case, is disgusting. Fuck yeah, it absolutely is.
Laura Lodge replied when I said that he lied about his thing, about answering no, they couldn't contact him, and he said he didn't write that. Listen to this. So this is the lie, okay? Seth Rogers filled out an application for Davison County Jail or whatever it's labeled as, okay? And he stated his employer, Katie Payne, may we contact this employer? He wrote no. Aiden says, it is a question to ask if you replied, no, you can't contact my employer. Seth said, I never wrote that. And now they're debating it, saying, well, then it would suggest that he said they couldn't be contacted because the entity no longer existed. No, he fucking said he didn't say no. He said he told him they could contact his former employer. I can't stand these motherfuckers. I cannot stand a liar.
And if Seth is at home and never moved, why didn't he answer the door the 16 times that somebody was there knocking to serve him papers?
Because he's a man-child. He doesn't know how to act like an adult.
There you go, Amy.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
No, you're fine, Amy. I totally agree with you. I mean, this is just... this whole interview was just... and they want to talk about SF and the interview that he gave. And Laura Lodge at the very end of this said, well, now I do feel, in my opinion, that Chris is guilty, but Sebastian could have walked out of that house. Like, what? I mean, half of the stuff they discussed tonight had nothing to do with finding Sebastian. It's a pity party for Seth.
I only made it through like 3/4 or halfway in. I left and went to another live, but because we were watching Discord. But did they ever show a picture of Sebastian through this?
No, they didn't. No. I watched the
No.
entire thing. No, they didn't.
Okay.
No.
So not one picture of Sebastian.
Did you hear that, Faye? They talk about stuff all the time. So it's not just cutting Chris and getting back. She's saying that Chris and Katie always talk about themselves. That's not true.
They always talk about themselves. They rarely speak.
Yeah.
They rarely speak. But who was it at Christmas that had the ass pats and super chats? Ho ho ho. That's what I thought.
Yeah, where'd that
No
money
comment.
go?
Yeah.
And did Seth do this interview tonight with no glasses on because he got him knocked off, breaking, and when he got his concussion, breaking up a fight at jail in the jail?
He's a correction officer. I could drive 100 miles an hour past him going through Sumner County next time I'm in Tennessee, and there's not dick he could do about it.
No.
On duty or off. Oh,
And,
excuse me, disability or not.
and Tony, nobody gives two shits about how much money you and your wife have spent.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody feels sorry for you. You put yourself here. You fucked Caleb Harris's family over. You're not an advocate of nothing. Why don't you get out of Betty's ass a little bit?
Well, I think he's in Betty's ass for a lot more than $17K, but, you know, that's just my opinion. I don't know that for a fact.
Have you seen Seth's background? Kind of looks like Betty's.
Kind of looks like Betty's.
Yeah.
Some of
Is
it.
he about Betty's right now?
No, I think it's a green screen up on one of
I
the
know
walls
that.
in Tony's house.
I don't believe that. I believe that Seth is at his house in Clarksville.
You do?
I do.
He's not like
I agree
Betty.
with that.
That's
I
where it
don't know
seemed to
where he
me a
is,
couple
nor
of
do I
times
care.
that Tony was like looking out the corner of his eye during some of the interview, and I swear it just kind of seemed like I thought maybe Seth had that green screen up on the other wall. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care where he's at.
Yeah, I don't care where he's at. I'm just sick and tired of all the lies. Like, if he's at Tony's, then why lie about it? You know, if he's at home, why didn't he answer the door when they tried serving him 16 times? And why did he have to get served through his lawyer in Pennsylvania?
Well, I have some opinions on that. I can't say. Never mind.
Hey, barbecue, good luck tomorrow, baby.
Thank you. Listen,
Good
I feel
luck.
really good about it. I have talked to Granny the last couple days just to, obviously the nerves are there, the
Yeah.
whatever
Good
you might
luck.
call it. But thank you, Amy. But I actually feel pretty good about tomorrow. After some things that transpired today, I feel damn good. So we'll see how
Good.
tomorrow goes. I don't think we're gonna have an actual ruling from the bench, but the presentation from four very skilled, very well seasoned, very knowledgeable attorneys
Take
going
really good
against
notes. Take really good notes.
oh,
Take an extra pen and
an extra pen.
and a whole legal pad. And look, you know, Granny, y'all gonna be a little frazzled, so do a pen check before you go in. Make
A
sure you
pen
got 3
check.
pens in case one runs out of ink.
Yeah. I got a couple nice pens. I'll put something in there, but I feel I was grateful for some distractions this week, but
Yeah.
overall, anybody's going to be nervous. It's not like we're facing criminal charges like we were
Yeah.
accused,
Right. Hey,
So we're
barbecue.
just
Coda wants to know. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'll
You're
forget.
good.
Coda wants to know. Do y'all have a plan on how you're gonna tell us what happened? Have you and Granny talked about how y'all are gonna let us know, or when, or?
We have not talked about that. I will be. I'm gonna be arriving at the courthouse. Obviously before my court hearing. Attorneys are having a few meetings prior to, so I know the hearing is at noon, and I don't expect it to be, half an hour. I would say it'd
Right.
probably be an hour or two. The fact that they scheduled this during lunch hour And when I talked to the clerk court last week, she said that that there was a chance for this to be scheduled before the 20th if it was deemed an emergency. So I feel like this judge or this time slot is due to that emergency
Right.
need. And so I don't know. I would say an hour or two, but maybe longer. Who knows? I mean, this could be her day off and she's coming in and
Yeah.
who
I just
knows?
didn't know if y'all were planning on like going live afterwards and saying, "Hey, here's the update. You know, this is what happened." You know,
Yeah.
Tape it.
no,
What'd
you
you
can't
say,
tape
Amy?
it, Amy. You can't
No.
tape it. No.
Pennsylvania, you can take your cell phone into the courtroom, but you cannot record or
Right.
take pictures or videos or anything like that. And we're not going to do that anyway.
Right.
But I think Granny and I will probably just briefly discuss that. I haven't talked to her
Yeah.
about that. Maybe if she comes in the live, she'll say something. But I would think
Yeah.
I
Just
know that
behind the
Jay.
scene. Yeah. Yeah.
I know Jay's going live. I don't know if Queen will be live or whatnot. I will personally just text my few friends and
Yeah.
like personally, obviously they can respect my privacy to know that they're not going to put out any information. So I just have to cross it off with Granny. I'm not sure.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. Thank you so much. I
Maybe if
appreciate
someone wants
that.
to share this to her, we could just come up with a plan. I don't know.
Yeah. Kodo asked, so I just wanted to ask him.
Yeah, I don't have an answer. I mean,
That's okay.
personally, like part
we're
of
the
me
last
doesn't.
thing. Y'all just worry about you. You know. But you know how we
Yeah.
are. We just a bunch of nosy asses. You know.
No,
And
listen,
you know
we know
you know
everybody's nerves are shot. I've gotten
and all the
hundreds of
does want to know.
messages.
You know, y'all are the voices for the does too. So we appreciate it.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. We're going to have a good idea based on what I believe the judge's tone of voice, the things that they say, what the lawyers say, how
Yeah.
Lesniak acts if he shows up. Are there any other people that are going to show up in court? I'm hoping that it's like a closed setting, and what I reviewed with my attorneys is that it's not going to be like an assembly of people in the
Yeah.
benches,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Betty's hearing
Yeah.
was. So
Right.
it's going to be a little more private.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Is Queen here? No, I think she's dealing with Duke.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Yep. I had to go do some scadios.
Are you going to be live tomorrow, Queen?
Will I be live tomorrow?
Yeah, you're like an hour behind me, so.
Yep. We'll be live waiting on y'all to get out of court, matter of fact.
Yeah, so I'll run this past Granny, okay? So and if you guys are okay with this, because I think that Granny might update Jay. I'm just assuming that because Jay said she was going to go live. So I will send some updates to Queen Bee.
Great. Yeah. And y'all got this. Y'all got this. Did a good job getting, and now the judge is gonna hear it and be up to them.
Yeah.
How long was this interview of the Snore Lounge?
2.5 hours.
Mm. And not one picture of Sebastian.
Not one picture.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
I just want to say also, and I'm not bragging by any means by saying this because this is not a brag, but somebody messaged me and said that, so like we were watching in Discord, so I like paused their live and I was like, hey, I'm going to donate $50. Does anybody want to like pitch in? So we did donate $250 from our little, I don't know, probably like 30 or 40 people watching in our Discord to the missing children thing that they were raising money for. So yeah, whatever you guys call it. I don't know. And then good old Brenda Satterfield, and I'm not doxing her by saying that because she comes on TikTok with that.
Just so you know.
Oh, no way.
Nick has a fit suit, wants to be Queen Bee's best friend. He only donated $5.
Well, he donated $5. I mean, maybe that's all he had.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm not going to knock someone for.
That was nice of y'all to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really sad. All of this is just really sad. People were like, is that out of the billboard money? Shut the fuck up, Brenda Satterfield. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand people. Like, they bitch when people don't do things, and then whenever they do, they still bitch. It's like, you cannot win worth nothing.
Oh, hell no. Nope.
And
Well,
in my
you know what I
opinion,
really want to know? I really want to know why out of that entire interview, you're not going to see Sebastian's picture flashed one time. You're not going to see it shown one time. Seth doesn't show it. Laura Lodge doesn't show it. Tony don't even fucking show it. And guess what? Look here in these boxes. We got a storm cloud in one. We got a fucking storm cloud, big heavy black cloud over the top of Seth and Tony. And then we got a picture over here to the left with a logo that says Laura Lodge or some bullshit. Sure the fuck ain't Sebastian's picture or his missing flyer. Not one time is it shown. Not once. Not fucking once. Not once. That's fucking wild. That's right. Dog to Betty Hunter. That's fucking wild.
One of those boxes could easily have had his photo.
Girl, I'm saying they could have put the missing flyer in one and a photo in the other. They could have had photos rotating through it the whole time.
But I heard
There's two of them fucking sitting there. There's two of them sitting there. Laura Lodge and his brother.
Yeah, I heard Laura Lodge saying, you know, we're gonna keep this about Sebastian. Ooh, there's parts of this that I'm gonna stay muted, and I'm gonna sit on my hands. So, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get down because I can feel my pill kicking in.
You're like, hell to the no. I took my medicine and I ain't being nice tonight.
I'm gonna
That's
listen.
all right. I'm not being nice either.
I'm gonna listen from bed, so I have a feeling you guys will do just fine without me. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do all right, baby. We'll do all right. But I appreciate you coming up.
have a good night.
Good night.
All right, we'll talk to you later. So I know this says the 26th, but we're still going to show it up here.
Hold on 1 second, please. Aiden just replied to me and said, or he forgot since it was nearly a decade ago. There wasn't even an employer to contact at that point.
Love the excuses Aiden makes for him.
There wasn't even an employer to contact at that point since the entity ceased to function when Katie divorced him. Why are we still focused on this anyway? The employer was his own fucking business. Focus on Sebastian, the kid Katie left to hang out with a sex offender.
Wow.
Oh, you mean
Aiden?
Is he talking about Seth?
And Laura Lodge, the one that sits
Ask
here.
him if he's talking about Seth.
I can't. I'm gonna say some hateful shit. I'm on mute.
I'm on mute.
Fuck you, Aiden. Fuck you.
I hope after all this is over that Chris and Katie go down the list and the one with the most money go for them first. Then anything that you get out of them, you go to the next one and you sue them until they don't have any ass hairs left.
What I want to know, and it's not even that I want to know, it's just the point of this is he put down on his application to the Davidson County Jail that he worked for 8 years, 85 hours a week at Rogers Homestead Family Values. Did he file a tax return? Because he said he worked there for 8 years, 85 hours a week. Did he file a tax return for those 8 years?
And you know
or did he
what?
never work a job? Because on one of his application questions, he's like, I don't have a good work history. No fucking shit.
See, you know what's really fucked up is if he knew, you know, what really fucking, if you know that there's a 14-year-old girl being abused and you're over the age of 18, and instead of fucking helping her out, you fucking groom her and then get her pregnant. Man, listen, let me just.
I know, yeah.
Listen here, babysitting my fucking ass. I was playing video games.
I gotta
play
sit in
video
the chat,
games.
Queen. I gotta jump off this box before I say something, and I
Yeah,
can't
All right,
control
yeah,
baby.
you hop
myself.
on down,
But I
baby.
will be in the
Yeah, because you
chat
have court,
for
baby. You
sure.
just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
Because I mean, I can sit
yeah,
here and
just
talk
sit
all
on
the
your
shit I want.
hands too.
I will update you tomorrow, Queen. But
All right, baby.
I'm-
Yeah, message me in the morning or give me a call. We'll be on here. I'll be live in the morning, anyways. What time y'all going to court?
I gotta drive there tomorrow, but it's at noon, so
Okay.
I'll message you
I'll
when I
pop
get
on
there.
here. I'll get on here in the morning. Then we'll get on here, and then that way you guys can jump on when you get
I'll
done.
be in the chat.
Sounds good, baby.
Good luck. Bye bye.
Good luck. I think, Queen, I think that'll be 11 your time.
Yeah, it will be. I like how on his application, that was his work history, that family values, whatever. But personal references, the vile Katie and the abusive Chris were his personal fucking references. Yeah, they're so awful.
Well, and he also, Seth also contacted Chris during his basic training or whatever it was for this job and was telling him that he wanted to quit.
Yeah.
And Chris gave him a pep talk to stay there, you know,
Gave
to
him a
make
pep
Sebastian
talk,
proud.
not a pep talk about, man, you need the money. No, a pep talk of putting it again, Sebastian first. Hey, man, Sebastian looks up to you. He's so excited for you to do this. Do this for Sebastian.
Yeah.
Oh, but he didn't love your son? Ha, okay.
And Chris is so vile. Why would you reach out to him, you know, to complain that you're going to quit? Don't you have any other friends that you could have reached out to?
No, girl, please stop it. Where's all his other friends helping him search?
Well, he has to be searching to have help searching, in my opinion.
Well, there's parts of this I'm going to have to stay muted. I'll just let...
I'm muted if she wants to play.
Yeah, me too. Queen, holler when you get back. Rolling hot when you get back. How y'all doing in chat? And you know what? Some of this stuff, if y'all ain't heard it, a little triggering. You got to step away. Step away. Understand you getting mad. You know. And I understand, you know, we all bring life experiences in. And that's what I understand about, you know, Seth supports Betty, right? Tony supports Betty, right? That's their sister. And she called Sebastian defective multiple times. And Aiden sits up here and is a big brother to a brother that is on the spectrum. I don't understand that. I just don't.
Well, I sure hope Aiden watches the clip channels that come out
He ain't
and
watching
play
nothing.
Seth's words on everything that he lied about on his interview tonight.
He don't care. He got his views, his clicks. He got that. He don't care. He don't care. Hey, timed out by owner. Hey, everybody. Let me read chat for a little bit. Queen probably had to deal with Duke. No, he don't care at all. It's okay. You don't have to care. But, you know, you see what it is. What it is. There you go, Kodo. Our clip channels are on it. We got the best. You know, we
And
don't have to...
Was this pre-recorded or was this tonight, like live tonight?
I don't know. I watched it in Discord. And if y'all listen, the jabs, the constant, the vile things that had nothing to do with Sebastian taking it, Katie. Yeah, and the lies. It's what it is. Hey, everybody. They're saying it was live, that it wasn't pre-recorded. Now, Tony did say when they did the interview with Tony did say when they did the interview with Betty, you know, that they have questions and they go over the questions, what they're going to be asked. So they knew what was going to be asked. They knew where it was going to go. They knew what they were going to say. There was a couple questions, though. There were some folks on that panel looked a little uncomfortable. Just saying.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
When they get too uncomfortable, they start crying. Notice, hence Justin does it, BJ does it. Seth is learning. Seth is learning real fucking quick, like ain't he?
He is.
All you gotta do is turn on them tears, baby. All you gotta do is
Can we not put it back to Sebastian?
I just want to talk about Sebastian. I don't want to talk about what I did with Katie when she was 14. Please just talk about Sebastian.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I heard a lot of language tonight from Seth and Tony that sounded just like stuff that comes out of Betty's mouth.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
Tony's now an advocate, not a national spokesperson.
Yeah, he's an advocate now. Another thing that I thought was funny is
he's just advocating for a little boat.
He kind of slided over why he was cool with Katie taking Sebastian to Tennessee. You know, that 10-year law, you know, that just went into act, you know, like age difference of 10 years or greater. You know, he wanted to get Sebastian out of there. That's his own words. Nobody asked about that 10-year law. But, slip. Things things that just pop out.
Things that make you go, All right, here we go.
All right.
Questions. And that's the irony of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's... I was a little... I definitely want to hear, you know, from the horse's mouth on that the money has been spent properly. And I do want to, you know, ask a couple more questions. But we went down to Tennessee back in November for a week. And it cost us like $3,500.
Yeah, minimum.
Just to go down and shoot a video.
Yeah.
I think people often don't realize, people who don't travel much, who don't do this kind of thing, don't realize how much you end up spending in a very short period of time on hotels and gas and food. And then when you add in signs,
Seth lives there. He doesn't need a hotel.
Can balloon into the thousands of dollars.
First of all,
exactly.
Seth, right. And not only that, people were cooking for Seth, buying food for Seth, sending Seth money, sending him gift cards. Come on, man. Cash apps every day, PayPal's every day. He didn't have to pay for a hotel because he lived there.
And look, if you spending $3,000 on a hotel in Tennessee, baby, bitch, you got fucked.
Well, I think he's saying like the total trip, you know, with hotels and everything that Aiden took. But Seth lives there. He doesn't need no damn hotel.
Even the Aiden, like to shoot a video, well, don't say it's like cost if you got to pay a production team. That's not travel costs. That's your expenses making a video that you're about to make money on. Stop it. Stop it. You act like, you know, going to check on a lead in another state, it's going to cost him $3,000. Stop it. Where the hell are y'all staying
Well,
at?
remember when he said he spent $50,000 on gas and BJ was like, God damn, he drove to the moon and back twice.
Yeah. Spend his whole GoFundMe on gas. We figured it up. Yep. To the moon and back. I thought he spent that on gas. But look, Tony gives every excuse where that $25,000 went. Only $1,000 left, but he don't never say nothing about no gas. Had to get tires, and his truck broke down, and hotel.
Sore Lodge is just advocating for a little boat.
Yeah.
But again, don't forget about the huge cash app that he had going also.
Yeah. And creators
really
have
quick.
come out and said,
So, you know,
go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were away. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. We're only 24 minutes into a 2-hour fucking thing. We're gonna have to do a Snore Lodge part 2 tomorrow after we hear about court.
It doesn't surprise me that, you know, $25,000 was spent on this. So what I wanted to ask as a follow-up is, I believe that from what I've seen, this originated from.
Do y'all remember when Dolly went live and that older lady went over to Dolly's and told Dolly that she had been sending him I thought it was 500 a week, but she said 200 every week or 2 weeks. Yeah, I thought it was 500 every week or 2 weeks, but she had been sending him all her fucking money for like months, for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. And he got cash. He got paper checks from the church, baby. There
Yes.
ain't no telling, honey. And
Shit,
that's
money
his
was
own
flowing
word.
left and right, baby. Signing a
Mhm.
check with the devil, boy.
All off the name of your son.
You knew we were gonna sidebar, darling Brittany. So look, she said, "Queen, you knew we were going to sidebar."
I just wonder
We
if
sidebar all the time.
I just wonder if Seth or Tony, brought up to Aiden, that he also had to cash up and all these other payment apps instead of just a GoFundMe.
Aiden's not stupid.
Trevor Lee, that you had given some money to a person to pay rent or mortgage or something like that. Is that true? Did you send money to anybody from that account?
No.
Okay, so just off the bat, flat out denial.
Actually, T-Rev came out and cleared that up.
I saw somebody sent that to me just before the show,
and said that it didn't happen.
Yeah, which leads me to wonder where the hell did this story actually.
Well, I'm wondering why T-Rev is speaking for Michaela. Why is Michaela not speaking for Michaela?
Well, I mean, do you think a boyfriend would actually come out and say, "Yeah, my
He
girlfriend
paid my girls $1,200.
Yeah, he gave my girl
$12,000. I
$12K.
mean,
Yeah,
he paid the fucking mortgage
Yeah.
that I'm living in right now on a house that I get to live in rent free.
right. Yeah,
Come on, man. You know
Sure,
T-Rev
he's
ain't gonna
gonna-
come out and say no shit like that. Look at the backlash she got for telling about the gun Seth wanted him to buy.
right.
Yeah, and there was no correction that T-Rev and Trevor Lee are not the same person.
Well, Trevor Lee and T-Rev are not the same person.
Right, but the Laura Lodge said that T-Rev, Trevor Lee, it's been said that T-Rev, Trevor Lee.
He needs to be corrected.
He's
Laura
both
Lodge, you
their
need to be
names,
corrected right now. There's T-Rev, who tricked off Madeline's case. Stephen,
Right.
there's T-Rev, who makes rap songs out of missing and murdered children. And there's Trevor Lee, who advocates and really for real does go and change legislation and shit for missing and murdered kids. Big fucking difference between the two of them, okay?
Yeah, if you back it up like 5 or 10 seconds, he just said it.
And T-Rev's also the one that has Smoke call in and act like friends of murderers and stuff. All the things.
Firefly said, "Oh, heck no, I can tell you that for damn sure. Straight up. They're two different, totally separate people. There's one being a fuck up and one that's, doing well." Here we go.
Actually even come from. Is he walking it back? Like, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but it's a rumor, and it's if something like that had happened, you would think that somebody would be able to come forward and say, "Yeah, here's the receipt from me being given the money," but we don't have that. So,
well, and we actually have a process now that's in place. I would say right around July, after I'd been involved for a couple of months, we have kind of a checks and balances internally to where when Seth has a need, he will come to me and talk to me. And his sister and I, again, we have some common friends from back home. We've gotten to be really close. And I actually will go to his sister and talk to his sister about what the needs are after I agree that they're necessary. And then she will reach out to Seth, and essentially all three of us talk before.
Hold the fuck on.
A grown-ass
hell,
man.
motherfucking no.
A
Back it up.
grown-ass man.
Seth has a need.
Oh, hell no. So Seth has a need. He has to call and consult Tony first. Tony has to call Sis and tell Sis it's okay. Fuck out of here. Stop it, you lying motherfuckers. And if you're not lying, then what the fuck is going on and why are you doing that? Why do you have control of his finances or anything to do with them, Tony?
A grown man, but you gonna raise a son to be a man? You can't. Okay.
me being given the money, but we don't have that. So,
well, Katie didn't buy him an apartment. That's one of the things he always said. Well, Katie didn't buy me a car. Well, Katie didn't buy me an apartment. Well, Katie left me homeless. It's always Katie's fault. Everything is Katie's fucking fault.
We actually have a process now that's in place. I would say right around July, after I'd been involved for a couple of months, we have kind of a checks and balances internally to where when Seth has a need, he will come to me and talk to me. And his sister and I, again, we have some common friends from back home. We've gotten to be really close. And I actually will go to his sister and talk to his sister about what the needs are after I agree that they're necessary. And then.
Hey, Queen.
So Tony will go to the sister after he agrees that they're necessary, and you are in charge of inmates at a correctional facility?
Hi, Queen. But apparently the money management didn't change till July. What happened between, I'll give you a couple days. Let's give you till March when that GoFundMe was started, 3 days after he went missing. What changed that made your sister and, Tony later on be like, dude ain't managing his money right? What gave them the flag in those couple months that maybe you need to watching? What was the preceptor to this decision change with the money? Because not until July, he just said it. From March to July, you was good to go, baby.
Well, why is the national spokesperson worried about Seth's money?
Right. Doesn't Tony have lawsuits involving money? Doesn't he have doesn't he have stuff on his record for bad checks and shit?
Yep.
But you're in control of his finances. Okay.
Yeah, bankruptcy.
You're in control of his finances, and he works as a goddamn correctional officer. I'm stuck. I'm fucking. That blows me out the motherfucking water.
And the one managing it, helping manage his money, filed for bankruptcy, and on it was like a children's book club. What? Okay.
One, Tony's in charge of his money, but yet Tony, ever since Tony came aboard, Seth's been throwing out cease and desist. He's now involved in a lawsuit. You're going to have to worry about your own money, Tony.
Sign me up.
Lord, what the fuck is going on? Christina's Journey, thank you for showing love and showing support. Gifting 5 memberships. If y'all got one, make sure you tell her thank you. Shelby Lynn, Miss Sheriff says barbecue. I agree. Aiden listed his show to refer to like it's the damn Bible. Shell Bell member for 27 months. Couldn't get an answer because he was at TikTok Tony's for a few days. Now looking for his son, but going to all his old haunts. Yeah. What the Croc, thank you for becoming a new member. And Beer Can, I don't thank you for getting the 5 memberships. I appreciate you guys showing love. Thank you, because this shit's stressful. It is so stressful hearing somebody lie like this. Stresses me the fuck out. I feel like we have to show every fucking lie he told. Now we got to go back there and show all the truth. Now we got to dispute every lie.
If they didn't lie,
then she will reach out to Seth, and essentially all 3 of us talk before.
Oh, just wait till we get here to the part where he asks him. I do got to give Aiden a little credit for asking him about Katie when they were younger, because I didn't think he was going to. I feel like he pulled a Kendrick.
Well, yeah, and that's the part where I said, why does Tony speak more about that than what Seth does? Tony wasn't there when Seth was 20, 22.
He pulled a JLR. Hey, Seth, I heard you like I'm young. You better not go to cell block number 1.
We need a wop, wop, wop.
We need a wop, 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 because JLR killed it with that shit.
Yo, Seth Rogers, I heard you like him young. You better not go to cell block number 1. Katie was a teen when you fell in love. Then you had a son. Sebastian go missing and now you play dumb. Now you suspect number 1. Wop, 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 wop. Done, you messed up. Wop, 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 wop. You done messed up. Now you're under fire for messing with a minor. You ain't like me. They ain't like us. They ain't like us. They ain't like us.
They ain't like us. You right. They ain't.
My God.
Before $50 is sent to it.
So that's important what you just said. Before $50 is sent to him. So Seth, you are not the steward of this money?
No, sir.
Okay, so your sister is.
Yes.
All right. And was there any specific incident or a pattern, something like that, that led to a decision where there was kind of a committee whenever money needs to be spent? Or was that just kind of a natural development?
Just developed. I mean, she's been in control of the GoFundMe since it was created.
All right. Yeah, that answers that. So, kind of moving along with this, another one of the issues that I've seen commonly paraded around, and this one's going to be a little...
Well, JLR and SF Investigates both came out and straight called him and he hasn't sued either one of them. He actually hasn't even responded to dispute those to either one of them. So, not to mention, when he was yelling at Trevor Lee was like, yeah, she was on, what did he say? Yeah, she was younger. She was only 14, something along those lines. But here, we're going to listen to Seth lie his way out of this one, though, in my opinion. You lie. Look, you lie like a rug. Oh, Persian motherfucking rug.
And look, Laura Lodge, Laura Lodge asked the question, but all the stuff connected to the answer that he sat there and let these two say, no, I'm good.
Right, beat your ass in a pile of God watching.
A little tough to describe.
Because the devil's a lie. Who even are you, Tony? Who even are you? Taking Seth's responsibilities. Who even are you?
Discuss probably, but it's by far the most serious claim that's been made. And I want to preface this by saying that, as far as I can tell, this has absolutely nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance and is entirely basically, a claim about you, Seth. But you and Katie, you have had a relationship, and I don't mean a romantic relationship. I mean, you've known each other for a very long.
Oh shit! Here it comes. But look, Lauren, listen. Say it again, baby. Say it again. They lie about lying about lying about lying about lying. And they do. Holy shit.
Long time, correct?
Yes, sir.
Since before you became romantically involved?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what was the nature of that relationship from the point that you met her up until the point where one or the other expressed romantic interest?
She was a babysitter for my fiance's aunt and uncle.
Okay. And were you living with that aunt and uncle?
Whoa,
12?
whoa. Back it up.
A 12-year-old
Back it up,
babysitting?
Back it up, Tierlin. How?
No. I ain't what he told the story before.
How? Say
yeah. We ain't even got a sentence out, Queen. Shit, we ain't never gonna get through this.
I just really tried to pull a fucking smileys. Back it up, Tierlin. Whoa, say it. Say it,
No, baby. That ain't what you said before there, baby. And what's a 12-year-old doing babysitting?
And why
a 12-year-old needs a babysitter.
He said she was babysitting for his fiance?
Oh, his fiance? Oh, I didn't hear
I
that.
thought he said fiance's aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Aunt and uncle. Okay, yeah.
So hold on. Katie was babysitting for Seth's fiance's aunt and uncle.
Fiance.
So you had a whole fiance when you was allegedly grooming Katie at 14 years old. And I say allegedly because I don't know. I wasn't there. Thank the Lord.
Wonder if she was,
Yes, sir.
All right,
22 like him. Because he was 22.
Well, yeah, he tells the story here, but you know what? Aiden catches on that the timeline don't add up. I can tell you that.
So what was the nature of that relationship from the point that you met her up until the point where one or the other expressed romantic interest?
She was a babysitter for my fiance's aunt and uncle.
Okay. And were you living with that aunt and uncle?
When I initially met, no.
Okay.
Tony, stop shaking your motherfucking head back there, boy. He ain't talking to you.
All I see is Cletus.
I swear to God, why do I see Cletus sitting back there? You gained an uncle in this.
Where's your windows at? Why are you in a bedroom, baby? Where y'all at? I don't care where y'all at. I just think it's funny. Windows gone.
Cletus said, fuck this. We ain't paying not a motherfucking bit of attention to it. I'm surprised. I am surprised. Maybe
You
they
gotta
said,
laugh.
fuck this. We ain't watching this bullshit. We're tired of this. We need him here. We need Cletus to say, oh my God.
Oh my God. See, I can't do it like him, but
So how
that's
old
as
was
good
she
as
when
I
you met her?
get.
Good Lord. Cletus nailed the TikTok Tony parody, didn't he? I swear he did. He even had the camera sitting like him.
He did. That's all I can see when I see that head shaking and ear scratching.
Her.
She was 12 or 13.
And you would have been 20.
She was 12 or 13. My God, she was still a baby. Barely probably started her fucking cycle. Jesus Christ. Cheese and fucking rice. This makes me sick. I have fucking daughters. This just makes me fucking sick. Ooh, let me mute and punch air real quick. Who the fuck?
My ear's been bruised all night from punching.
Gosh dang, man. The fuck is going on?
21?
He said she was 12 or 13. Look at them eye roll. No. Don't roll those eyes.
I'm just trying to do the math.
Roll those eyes.
21,
No.
22, somewhere about there.
Yeah. So,
don't get mad at Aiden for look at him. Oh, personality said. Look at his eyes, y'all. I cannot with that.
I'm just trying to do the math in my head here. 21, 22, somewhere about.
Aiden's like, I'm just trying to do the math, man. I'm just trying to call you out without calling you out because this doesn't add up. This does not add up. This does not add up at all. And I feel like after we watch this look on here, watch the look on Seth's face.
Out there?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I met her because when I got off of work, I would go over to their house to watch the kids so that whoever.
How old was she with that aunt and uncle?
When I initially met, no.
Okay.
He closes his eyes and shakes his head back and forth as he's answering. Sign of deception. Deception detective, where you at, yo? Where you at? That's a sign of deception right there.
And watch Tony. That head shaking.
Per his cards, per deceptive detective, that per your own fucking cards. That's deceptive bullshit right there.
She when you met her?
She was 12 or 13.
She was 12 or 13, shaking his head back and forth like, no, she was 12 or 13. Because guess what? Consciously, you know that shit's wrong, in my opinion. But let's keep going. Watch the eye roll.
21.
Whoa. Can you see the back of your head back there?
I'm trying to do the math in my head here.
Took a long time to answer that one.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just trying to do the math in my head. Says like shit. I am too. I don't want to get caught. Shit, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. This right here is when he rolled his eyes in the back of his head. This is all he was. Listen, he's like,
I hate all of you. I hate all of you. I hate all of you. Have a fuck day.
Well, and Seth knows damn well that he's 10 years older than Katie. So if she was 12 or 13, it's not real hard to figure out that he was 22 or 23. He's playing stupid.
It is called criminal activity and is illegal.
okay. Thank you, Miss B, for putting that in on us here. We appreciate that. But tomorrow, baby. I'm fucking clowning. Stop it. All right.
I know.
All right, stop now. Come on, Quimby, get going. Come on now. You clowning.
Around there. I met her because when I got off of work, I would go over to their house to watch the kids so that whoever's watching the kids could leave and go home.
Gotcha. So basically, you were the relief shift.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. So she would watch them during.
He said, so you was the relief shift. Oh, my God. Listen, I just can't with the lies, you guys. I mean, fuck. If I don't fucking laugh at this shit, I'll be fucking hot. Like, my ears are fucking red. So I have to
want to know, what did this aunt and uncle do that they needed a babysitter 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
Right.
And wouldn't Katie have been in school if this was during the daytime? Wouldn't Katie been in school herself?
TBI, we're going to need for you to listen to this. We're going to need for y'all to tap on in. FBI, we're going to need for you to tap on in. You need to hear this. Timestamp 2026 starting out.
California's new law, 10-year difference.
Yep,
You told
and that's
Katie
why
it was
we
fine.
moved. You know what? I got that on the Pascal. We just listened to that the other night. Ooh, I got that history. You want me to go back?
Why?
Look at
Tell
there.
me,
Look
Seth.
at there. Clip channels.
Tell me, Seth, brother. Tell me, Seth, brother. Why did Katie take Sebastian to Tennessee? Oh, well, brother Pascal, he took him to Tennessee because there was this 10-year law, and yeah, I did. Didn't ask you about the 10-year law. That new 10-year law. Yeah, didn't have anything to do with Sebastian. Why the 10-year law in California there if everything's okay? Just wondering. I just thought it was odd. I mean, your own words. I mean, I'm not making anything up. I'm just wondering, why would a 10-year law, why would you be worried about that? I don't know. Silly me.
Yeah, that's very odd. I mean, why would you even
Why would that be a concern?
Like,
you know, when I moved to another state, I didn't check out those kind of laws because they didn't concern me, but okay. I don't know. I'm just silly. I'm so silly.
Silly goose, you. Silly goose.
Such a silly goose. I'm the silliest. Yeah, he says he let her move Sebastian. He agreed that she could move Sebastian to Tennessee. But before he says that, he throws in, well, there was a 10-year law that just started in California. What? What? Okay. Had to dip out California. Wasn't Chris and Katie, didn't they help him move to from California to Tennessee and put their as a personal reference on so he could get a job? And they're bad people. Shame. Look, we do have the good weed tonight. We broke out the $70 blunts on this. Yeah, I thought he met Katie at the church camp there. You know, that apparently your mama ran or something. Was it church camp? Was it aunt and uncle? I don't know. So many stories. Or am I just silly? I guess I'm just silly. I must have heard that wrong, right? I don't know. I guess maybe the aunt and uncle ran the church camp out of their house. Is that how we're going to spin it? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. When I hired a babysitter for my daughter, she wasn't 12 or 13, you know, in case there was an emergency. You know, when my daughter was 12 or 13, I got her a babysitter. But maybe I'm just a bad parent. I don't know. Silly me.
Oh, speaking of, do you guys want to join my bad mom club?
Oh, yeah. Can I?
That sounds like fun.
Good.
I've got a great daughter.
Does everybody over here, if you have kids, according to a piece of shit, you're in the bad mom club anyways. So welcome, bad mom club Hornet bots.
Wow.
Clearing some things up right here. This is, I'm pretty sure, where the 10-year difference comes into play here.
That's what I was using for exercise. And Katie was out at the smoke section with all of her girlfriends, and Sebastian put on some clothes, ran outside, and told her that I hit him. She turned around and filed, because we were in the middle of the divorce, still living in the same residence. She turned around.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're calling Sebastian a liar. Okay.
But just in case Aiden's watching, here, I want to make sure you see this.
Abuse, domestic violence, and had a move-out order issued, and they served it like 3 days later.
Wow. Wow. And then that's when you got basically kicked out of the residence. Am I correct?
That is correct.
That's how it all happened. But
That's
then
how I ended up living in my car, trying to figure out how I was going to make ends meet.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Over 2 months of not seeing my son.
So you lived in the car. These allegations were written in paperwork, these legal documents during your divorce and during this messy custody battle. The court did their investigation, and all of this was unfounded, and you were still able to get 50-50, right?
Well, in California, they don't give it 50-50. It's joint legal, joint physical. There's no
Okay.
percentage on the amount of time.
Wow. Okay. But you still got custody.
Correct.
Still living
Because
without
I
a
was
residence. Go ahead. What were you
Because
going
I
to say?
was homeless. Because I was homeless living in my car. They gave her custodial custody. She was still active duty military. She was getting BAH and everything else, so that helps her keep a residence over her head.
Okay. 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 And of course, still, no matter what, you still have custody over Sebastian, and still to this day. I understand that you worked your tail off to move out to Tennessee from California, move your residence, everything, just to be closer to your son. And of course, that paperwork is unfounded. All those allegations were unfounded, right?
And
Okay, so here's the reason why he moved from California. He's going to tell you himself. Here we go.
he stated she
Matter of fact, here, let me go ahead and just slow this down because we're at 1.5. We'll just go ahead and put it on
Yeah.
normal here.
We need to hear every word of
was
this.
moving to Tennessee, California, because at this point,
Does it have sound?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Does this have sound? Okay.
Yeah, it does.
moving to Tennessee, I wanted my son out of California because at this point in time, they had just passed a law stating if there was a 10-year difference between the two people. There's a lot of laws that they were passing in California that I just don't think are right. So
What? Can we back
Wait,
it up,
what?
Terry? Back that up, Queen. We need to hear that again. So why'd you move Sebastian? Why'd you move?
And when
in your law.
and she stated she was moving to Tennessee, I wanted my son out of California because at this point in time, they had just passed a law stating if there was a 10-year difference between the two people. There's a lot.
Between what two
There's a lot
people?
of laws that they were passing in California that I just don't think are right.
Those pesky laws.
Well, I mean, Sebastian's the proof. Sebastian is the proof in the pudding, baby.
Yeah.
Because guess what? How old were you when you had that child? All it takes is for them to figure out how old Sebastian is to how old Katie was when she gave birth to him to how old Dad was when they got pregnant. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Baby, that information is on the...
Fly them red flags, baby. Fly them red flags because it don't take but a...
Look, mother's
It wouldn't
age...
take very long, like Aiden said. The math ain't mathin'.
The mother's age is on the child's birth certificate, and father's age is on the child's birth certificate. Used to fill them out myself, and in that non-existent job I used to have, and then file them with the state. Queen, that non-existent profession that I'm not of. Yeah,
Yep.
that information is on with the state on the child's birth certificate, baby.
Well, and
Yeah, I'm
isn't it
doing this,
also?
and I'm playing these for the clip channels. So when they want to, if they want to go back and put these lies together and compare them to each other, or put them together, they're able to.
Well, didn't he say tonight, or he said it in the past, that Katie was like 18 or 19 when she had Sebastian, but she had 2 pregnancies before, because that's why Seth named him Sebastian Wayne Drake, because
Yeah.
Wayne and Drake were the names of the 2 previous children. So that means she was
Yeah, that's what he
pregnant
said, but
before
that
18.
is actually a lie. That's actually a lie.
Oh, really?
But when he was telling it, when he was trying to tell it, Trevor Lee said, I named him Sebastian. I named him Wayne. I named him Drake. And she got, and Trevor Lee said, yeah, because she was 14.
I don't think he said 14. I think he said a minor or underage. I think he said underage. I don't think Trevor Lee said 14. That was during Smelly's world.
We'll go, you know what? We'll go back and play it.
Yeah, that was during
Because I don't know
Smelly's
what he
world.
said either. Let's go back and play it for sure.
Yeah, that was
Because I don't know if he said
Smelly's world.
14 or if he said a minor, if he said a young, I don't know which one. I don't know. I'm not sure how he said it.
He said underage is what he said. But I don't know. But I don't. That was the.
Or she was a minor and couldn't. She was a minor and couldn't. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
But I don't understand that either, because even as a minor, mother has the right to name her child whatever you want. that doesn't being a minor doesn't give somebody else the right to name your child. That's the mother, no matter her age. My youngest patient ever having a baby was 12. And not by a 12-year-old either. So the mom named the baby. Not grandma. So that Trevor Lee was wrong about that. That's not true, but he said it. But that wouldn't take Katie's right
I want to
away
make sure we have a good
of
connection.
naming her child.
All right, let's see what he says. Here we go.
All right.
See? Right here in front of Beach High School. In front of my son's high school. Of course, it's me. Trevor Lee.
Oh, and I just want to say this because he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I panel. When you're backstage and you get put in the show, it says you are in the show in big bold letters.
You're in the show.
I'll screenshot it next time I go up on somebody's panel so y'all can see it.
It says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you. I'm looking at it right now. And he starts screaming.
Yep.
He starts screaming out to Trevor Lee. Not talking to Smelly. He's screaming out to Trevor Lee. Well, if you backstage, how you think Trevor Lee heard you? Stop it.
Exactly. Because he knew he was fucking lying.
Yeah.
Hey, you slimy little slime ball.
Ho, 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 ho.
Matter of fact, and remind you, Trevor Lee is the reason his son even has as much attention on him as he does.
Right.
Oh. Seth, what's going on?
Chloe, I asked her to step back because she was leaking stuff. I know you don't got me in the show yet, but she was leaking information.
You are in the show.
Oh, I am in the show. My bad.
Smelly a slime
You are in the
ball.
show.
Oh, he must have been calling Smelly a slime ball, because he hopped in and said, you slime ball. I guess that you didn't think you were in the show. You was calling Smelly that.
Well, it had to have been if he wasn't in the show. I mean,
Right.
why would he come out screaming at Trevor Lee?
Yeah, Smelly, I'd have some opinions about that. I have little feelings.
Kind of odd, but here we go.
No,
I figured I'm still backstage talking to you, Smiley.
No, you're in the show. You're in the show. Mic drop. Mic drop.
Pretty much. Yeah,
That
Chloe.
wasn't a mic drop. That was a fuck up, and you got caught lying. But let's continue.
Chloe gave the audio file to Trevor Lee, knowing full well that I would take the blame because I'm the person that does that. And then I did my own investigation to find out where it was. He sat there and leaked it off the podcasters and everything else, and then wants to get all uppity because I won't let. Hi, Smiley. I won't let my PR person sit there and defend Chloe. Who the hell does Trevor think he is to sit there and tell somebody that's working for me to do something?
Smiley, I'm sorry, hon. I don't know who you are, and I don't know who's.
But y'all just happened to pop in her channel while y'all was out looking for spots to search, driving around looking for areas to search the day before the hot dog vigil with T-Rev. That's why y'all out there. Yeah, exactly, Kodo. Parking lot party. I'm telling
Profile that is, but it's not mine. I've been with Seth all day.
Y'all didn't say you were coming on my channel.
Somebody was out there saying that we were coming on the panel. That Tony said that.
Well, there was 3,000 people waiting for him. He knew he was supposed to be coming on the panel. That's why Tony says, "Hey, Smiley, I don't even know you, but nice to meet you." And then here in about 2 seconds, you're going to see a box pop up, and it's going to be a box looks very similar to the trees that are there that says Chris underneath of it.
Mm-hmm.
That we were coming on. We've been out here riding around all day.
Oh.
Checking out places for searching and everything else.
Oh, okay. So I got like almost 1,700 people in here.
Mic drop. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I want you to know that I love Trevor and
hey, I tell you what, I'm sorry. I thought he was a great person too. But after I saw, I got so many snakes that were in my group, I'm still cutting heads off. And it came as a shock to me. It came as an absolute shock that this man, I can't even call him a man, that this individual would sit there and lie to my face and then sit there and put out lies to begin with. And now he want to go out there whenever I'm in a podcast or whatnot, and nothing about Sebastian. No, nothing about my son. All about Chloe and her little clique. When I asked her to step back, she took almost all the searchers with them. And now people are like, oh, it was like a slap to my face. They don't know why I asked her to step back. But I asked her to step back because she's a private investigator trying to be a SAR person. You need to get out of the field and get back to doing private investigation, which she wasn't doing. She wanted to vet everybody. Like everybody. Like, I want to know, what size foot they were when they were born. And it's like, I will accept help from anybody to find my son. And people are taking my good-hearted nature and just trampling all over it. And it's going to bring out the negative part of me that don't give a flying. Smile around and find out.
You're pushing away everybody that's trying to help you.
Trevor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that him himself? You know where I'm at, Trevor. Why don't you?
Look how quick
So then he starts
off.
yelling, "You know where I'm at, Trevor. You know where I am." Let's slow this shit down so we can hear what Trevor says.
Just go ahead and step out of Chloe's house. Come on over, boy.
Why are you upset that he's at Chloe's house? What does that matter? You didn't want Chloe there because she vetted everybody that was coming in. She wanted to vet people. So this at-night media shit show that you got going on didn't happen.
Now I'll show you what a man does.
Oh,
General.
You can't show him what a man does because in my opinion, you ain't one. So
a man that can't manage his own damn money. Fuck.
Exactly.
No.
How the fuck? Are you serious right now?
Sebastian doing this.
Hey, why you sitting there changing your face? Hey, what? Can't spend the time looking for summer no more, right? Want to say?
No, he can't, because guess why? He's helping with Sebastian Wade and Drake Rogers. That's why.
Where I'm at? You see where I'm at?
Sitting in the parking lot where you have been, because you haven't searched since March of 2024, big boy.
You don't know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Right, what are you doing? Who even are you? What is your end goal?
Sound just like Trevor was thinking that too. Like, who even are you?
Who even are you?
Oh shit!
Cause god dang, man. Listen. Fuck,
Look at those fake.
You got him, Jesus Lord.
Look at those fake Smelly with her hand to her mouth, baby. This is the most views you ever got. You was loving every minute of it.
Yeah, motherfucking yes, she was. Shit, this is coming from the one who said, "Judge, Sir Judge, I need my husband out on an RO because he's gonna help me find summer whales."
Hi,
Get the fuck out of here! I'm so tired of you so-called fucking advocates using these kids.
Look, this is also Smelly's also the one that called Don Wells' dad that has Alzheimer's and pretended to be a friend.
Yeah, sure did.
Got a channel off that, didn't you, girl?
Slick, and we forget.
Yeah, got a channel off that one, didn't you? A man with Alzheimer's. Go on, girl. Not sorry for a word, I say. Truth.
This shit's wild as fuck, man.
They all wild.
What are you doing? Why are you on this panel right now?
Why don't you go into the
Don't
world
you
how many times
ever,
that I
and
picked
I
your
will let
call at
this be
midnight and listened to
publicly
you
known.
cry about your son? How
You,
many times?
Chloe, your whole team does not have my blessing to use my name or my son's name to ask people to search on their property like you have a contract with me. Trevor, you need to go home, boy. This is out of your league.
Is it? Because if I recall, I'm the one that's
Yeah,
trying to
is
put
it?
up
Because
flares.
Right, is it? Because if I recall, Trevor's the one that even got you the fucking attention you got for it. Trevor's the reason why you even got followed around by JLR.
Well, it seems Seth forgets that Katie is the primary caregiver of Sebastian, so he doesn't need your blessing.
Right. She doesn't need your blessing at all. She can continue to do what she's doing, and she's going to. And she has. What
Well,
the
I'm talking
hell?
about for Trevor Lee. He said, you don't have permission to use my name or my son's name to search on property. He don't need you or your name. He can use Katie. She's the
Right.
primary custodial parent.
But
Shut
look,
up.
he had just said 2 sentences before, I'll help anybody that wants to come help me. She wanted to vet anybody. I'll take anybody, but you can't take Trevor Lee. Because he's had legislation, because he was doing the right thing, because he was really searching. Why don't y'all want him found? I'm not saying you know where he is, but why don't y'all want him found? That's my big question. The grift end?
Well, and wasn't it Chloe the one that he let go because Chloe wasn't running everything past him? She was turning it in to TBI.
Yep.
Yep, and she was vetting people like Tony, and he got pissed, and there you go.
Good point. Why does it matter who searches? Why the fuck does it matter? At least somebody's searching, right? But I mean, Chris and Katie search. They just don't come to YouTube and tell everybody. So therefore, Betty and Seth's cronies sit and scream that they aren't doing anything.
Well, yeah, he just
So
said
just
2
because they don't
sentences.
come to YouTube for ass fats and super chats to say, "Hey, I looked for my son today. I need an ass fat like Seth does," doesn't mean they're not doing it. That's the problem. That's the biggest fucking problem I got.
You mean they
Well,
don't get on boats and call news crews and
No,
call it
no, they don't. No.
yeah, I don't know. Silly
well, and
me.
Seth wants all this glory and praise, but look how much he's actually hurt this case. And he's got people out here saying that Seth is still to this day. He has searched for his son every single day. He's heartbroken and he wants his son home. What the fuck do you think Katie wants? Katie spent way more time with her son than what Seth did.
Exactly.
4-day-a-month
And I mean, you
daddy.
can't manage your fucking money. How are you going to manage a fucking child that, is going to need extensive therapy when he comes home? If he comes home.
Well,
I
and
mean,
he's
seriously, let's keep it
admitted
real.
that he wouldn't even give Sebastian his prescribed medication at night.
Right. That's a motherfucking major problem.
Yeah, whether you like that medication or not, the doctor felt that he needed to be on it. Everybody knew that he had issues sleeping. But then he
Well, that's
goes
another
to
thing too. People are like, "Oh, well, he didn't, he hasn't got his medications filled." Well, Seth didn't want him on him anyways.
Seth
So why
don't
would he go
believe
get
in
him filled if he was with somebody that he knew or whatever? Why would he go get him filled? He doesn't want him. He doesn't want him on him. He didn't give him to him when he was at his house.
Seth
So
don't
why would he
believe
waste
in
his time going to get him? What the fuck?
Seth don't believe in pharmaceuticals unless it's for his shoulder and he falls asleep during a
I was going to
polygraph
say he
test.
believes in him when the narcotics that he takes. He believes in him then.
Yeah. So tell me how
Like
much
thrill,
you
gabapentin.
really. So tell me how much your son really means to you if you're willing and able to withhold prescribed medication from him when he's with you.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. There's a lot of shit in this case that's really fucked up.
If I recall, I didn't ask you to respond. I told you to get off the panel, boy. This is my son, not yours. My son, not yours. My son. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I named him.
I named him Sebastian. I named him Drake. I named him Wayne. I named him Rogers. That's my last name. Take your Trevor Lee ass and fuck off, dude.
He said, of course you did. You was with his underage mother. Didn't he say that? Let's see. Slow it down again. Here, we'll even turn these on. Are they on? They're on. Let's go make them bigger. There we go.
Wayne, not yours. My son, not yours. My son. This is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. I named him. I named him Sebastian. I named him Drake. I named him Wayne. I named him Rogers. That's my.
Okay, he says, of course you did.
Queen, I think your closed captioning is like the same color as the black screen. Like, I can't read it.
Okay, I was gonna say I see it just fine, but here I'll go change it.
Oh, Ro, can you see it? I thought it was.
No, I can't see it. I was too busy looking at Sean's face and wondering.
Blue, here's
Yeah,
magenta, here's red. That's
I would have
black.
dipped too if I
It's
was
white.
Sebastian. I was too busy looking at Sean's face. I'm thinking if I was a 15-year-old boy and I saw that much rage.
See that better now? You see it better now there?
Yeah, perfect now.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's listen to what he says.
Named him Wayne. I named him Rogers. That's my last name. Take your
Of course you did, because his mom was underage.
Trevor Lee ass and fuck off, dude. You wanna say?
Yep, because his mom was underage.
Literally, this is my goddamn son.
Seth.
He hit on off to Tony, and that's the whole crybaby thing there.
How old is Katie right now?
Beat his ass. CPS showed up at my house.
How old is Katie right now? Does anybody know what Katie's age is?
You reached out to grab him.
I'm not sure, but there's a 10-year difference. So how old is Seth? 42? That means she's 32.
Okay, so
Row
Sebastian just
35.
turned 16.
35.
So Sebastian just turned 16.
So that means she would have been 15 when she had him. 14 when she got pregnant with him.
She was born in 89. Okay. She'd been 19. 18 or 19. Yeah, she was 18 or 19 when he was born. Because he said that she was 18 when they got married. So, yeah, I think, she was 18 or 19 when he was born. It's gross to even talk about this. It just makes me want to vomit. It's just so fucking gross. We don't need to know all this shit. But he's the one that put out the ages of 12 and 14. I remember hearing it with my own ears.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what he's saying right here in this interview, too.
Met at 12, said, well, he left out part of it. He said, well, I told her I was going to make her mine at 14, when she was 14. So, and he'd been 23, 24, but Okay, I'm just being silly again. Yeah, he bought her a car at 16, so. Yep. Rowena's turned 19 in August, Sebastian.
Okay, so she was 14 babysitting, and
No, she
it
was
was his
12.
fiance's.
12. She was
Oh,
12.
12. Okay,
babysitting.
12. And then she was 14 or 15 when she got pregnant.
No.
Right?
No, she was 12 or 14.
No, she was 18.
She was 18. Look, okay. Per his words, they met at 12. Per his words, he said, I'm going to make you mine at age 14. They got married at 18, and she had Sebastian when she was 18 or 19.
And he bought her a car
So
at
that's
16.
grooming then. Are we sure? Okay.
That's what he said.
Well, let's keep it moving.
Sebastian's 16, yeah. I don't, it's all just gross. It's all,
Close some of these windows. Okay, here we go.
He ran downstairs and told Katie that you hit him. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So the inciting incident, I guess, being this time when you were going to take Sebastian swimming, Sebastian came from names about you being physically abusive to Sebastian came from. And as I looked through it, I read through the paperwork, what was available, and I saw a lot of claims made. I also saw the explanations you gave on several podcasts. The inciting incident, I guess, being this time when you were going to take Sebastian swimming and Sebastian wouldn't clean his room, and then there was a little bit of an argument between you and Sebastian. He ended up, for lack of a better term, throwing a tantrum, slipped. The way you told it was that he, if I'm not mistaken, is that he slipped on a Hot Wheel or something like that, started falling towards the door frame. You reached out to grab him. He ran downstairs and told Katie that you hit him. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So that obviously goes into the court record, and there is.
Well, there was that incident. There was the incident where he was at the school in front of the teachers and hit him upside the back of his head. There was also an incident where Sebastian went to the school and told the school that his dad was going to beat him. He went down and told Katie that his dad hit him. I mean, fuck, he was reaching out for help. Goddamn. He told the teachers at school. He told his mom. He told the CPS people. Fuck.
Well, wasn't there also, it was either this same time or another time that Sebastian went down to the pool and Seth went down there and yanked him out of the pool or hit him while he was in the pool because he didn't clean his room?
Mm-hmm. Yanked him out by his arm. These are the stories that Seth said. These are his interviews that he said.
Sebastian also went to school and told him that Seth did something, and Seth took him home and put on Mortal Kombat, played the bloody scene of it.
Well, that's
and
what
showed
he's about to talk
Sebastian.
about. He
Huh?
leaves that out. That's what he's referring to right now, but he leaves that out.
Yeah. But again, none of us would know any of this if Seth hadn't said it.
Right.
Chris and Katie didn't say any of this.
Mm-mm. That's what happens, I spy, when you lie. Oh, that kind of rhymed, didn't it? With every lie, you dig yourself a little deeper because you got to tell another lie to cover the first lie, and then you forgot. When you get to the 12th lie, you forgot. He fell against his hand, and then, there was an incident that's in legal filings where he picked him up by the neck or ribs or something and slammed him down and all those things, And remember when the teacher said that they felt uncomfortable around him alone, so they had to have the principal or somebody be there when they talked to him? Kind of odd. It's never happened to my husband. I don't know. I'm
Seth
so
also
silly.
got kicked off of a military base.
And Sebastian had hydrocephalus, and he hit him in the head in front of a teacher. And Katie didn't call CPS. The teacher filed that report, and Katie said, you know, don't hit him like that. And he said, I'm tired of people. So who else was telling you? I'm tired of people telling me how to raise my boy, my son.
Yeah, and he said, I think tonight he said that he had Sebastian the weekend before he went missing, and, Seth's own green team, Sebastian's army, loves to point out that there was a bruise on Sebastian's neck that looked like a thumbprint, but it was an old bruise. So when did that happen?
Yeah. Silly us. Girl, we're so silly just thinking. And I'm still not saying that he has anything to do with Sebastian going missing. But if I
No.
saw this kind of rage, and Katie even said in those report filings that Sebastian had an accident at school and was scared to death that his daddy would find out. Why? Why would you be that scared of your daddy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not saying that Seth did anything to his
Mm-mm.
son either, but
Mm-mm.
I'm sick and tired of him coming out here trying to act like the father of the year and trash Katie and Chris and have all these people on his team running around saying that Katie and Chris are guilty and need to be arrested, need to be in jail, when that's bullshit.
Well, I can say at 15 years old, I ran away from home to live with another parent. Exactly why I did it. Didn't pack nothing, didn't pack shoes, didn't pack clothes. I just dipped. And went to live with another parent. And if I saw, I don't know, makes me wonder. 15 years old, I was 15, Sebastian's 15. If I knew I was going to have to live there and be homeschooled and online schooled or whatever you want to call it and live with him, I might dip too. I'm just saying from what I've seen on YouTube. I don't know what kind of daddy he was behind the scenes. What he said, I'm not impressed.
Well, and like I have always said from the beginning that I feel like Sebastian met someone on the online games. They lured him out of his house because it's been said by all parents that Sebastian wanted friends. So if he, wanted friends
Right.
that bad,
Right.
and he met someone online
Right.
who acted like they were his friend, and Sebastian gave him his address, whatever, it would have been nothing for him to walk. He could have walked out of the house without his shoes on because he was so excited he was going with his friend.
Or didn't even have to, tell him his address. I'll meet you at the school. I'll meet you down the road. I'd have dipped too, whether it was with a quote friend that wasn't a friend, or if I just dipped. I don't know.
Yeah, but to allow people on your team to say the stuff that they say about Sebastian and his mom and stepdad is disgusting. And I have no respect for you. I still don't think you did anything with your son, but I don't have to respect you because you have a missing child. You have made this missing child case a complete joke. You're so worried about people talking about you and not agreeing with everything that you're saying that you're taking all these people to court.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He sent out C&Ds, 2 rounds of them. You don't see Chris and Katie doing any of that.
No,
And
in
they've
fact,
got way more people that have accused them of way worse.
well, in fact, Chris is so horrible. He's just the most horrible, horrible person in the world. He said, "I don't care what you say about me. I wish everybody would just quit fighting, and we just want Sebastian found." He's terrible. See, he said, "I don't care what you say about me." To all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You got Betty over there. That's the night that I lost the last smidge of grace I had was when he sat over there in that chat and Betty said all those things about Katie. And if she, she said all the things, and then she said, and I wouldn't shed a tear if she, harmed herself.
Mm-hmm.
And he sat right there in that chat, and I was like, man, you're a special kind of general. Controlling much? Wow. The
Yeah,
mother
I
of
mean,
your
he's
child.
allowed Betty to call his son defective. He's allowed Betty to call his son the package or a package.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she called him defective several times. Butterhead, she did it. We told you, we showed you the clips, and you still won't believe it. You know why? Because your grift and your sub and your ass pats ends.
Oh, she's another joke. She's so far up Chris and Tony's ass. She's never gonna find her way out.
No.
The one that wants to be a victim, but talks terrible about Katie and them, and allows those same people in her chat.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Tony did compare Sebastian to a dog tonight. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these
What?
people?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my sweet mother.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was there when Betty got tattooed, thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Like,
Well, his sister went with and got one. Here we go.
Nothing that comes of it, from my understanding. There were no restrictions to your custody time, no supervised visits, nothing like that. It was just you and Katie each had custody of Sebastian, correct?
Yes.
So were these claims that you had hit Sebastian unfounded? Was
yes.
Okay, so you had not hit him. This was something he told Katie. She had not witnessed you hitting him.
Correct.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I understood that. Another issue with that, I guess, there were a bunch of people who were saying that there are CPS claims against you. We know that there are at least 2 against Chris. I highlighted that in our series. That was something that was not disputable. He had also lied about how many there were. That was not in dispute. But in your case, you have categorically denied ever hitting Sebastian. So
yes.
These stories, were there ever CPS agents sent to your house?
There was one time in California. This was way before the divorce. Sebastian's room was dirty and his bed needed to be made. I told him he needed to clean his room, make his bed, or I was going to beat his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he went and made his bed and cleaned his room. And then the next day he went to school. He told his teacher that I said I was going to beat his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, we actually have the story for that as well on my channel. You can find it right on over there. There's a clip, part of it, from when he very first told the story about it. Let me see here.
Blood mode and all.
Yep, it's right here.
My son went to school and told his teacher that I beat his ass. And when CPS showed up, I was like, I told him to clean his room or I was going to bust his butt. Did you bust his butt? No, he cleaned his room. There was the threat of a butt whooping.
Right.
You know?
What if he wouldn't have?
And he was like, well, you were going to beat him. And I'm like, wow, okay. So when he came home, I literally turned on Mortal Kombat and I turned the blood action on. And I showed him what a beatdown was through video games. I was like, you see all that blood and everything, son? That's a beatdown. I was going to bust your butt. Come on. Really? It was like, I'm sorry, Dad. And I'm like, there's no reason to be sorry. Just educate yourself on the verbiage and the words that you use. Because you can blow things out of proportion and not even realize what you're doing. So,
do you think
How
that
was he, about 5 or 6, Seth, when you told him to educate himself on verbiage? And you showed him the blood action mode, 5 or 6. And what would have happened if you said you didn't beat his ass because, yeah, he cleaned his room. What if he hadn't? what would you have done? I'm just asking. These are your words.
Well, and also, if there truly is 5 or 6 CPS reports on Chris, who's to say that Sebastian didn't go to school and do this same thing, that he said about
That was done to
Seth?
him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
5 or
just
6
because
years
there's 5
old.
or 6 doesn't mean that the reports say that Chris beat him or anything like that, like everyone else is trying to insinuate.
He sure was worried about that room being
CPS showed
clean
up
a
at my
lot.
house, spoke to them. They came into the house, they checked out his room, they checked out the fridge, they checked out the pantry, they made sure that there was food in the house and all that stuff. And they were like, well, this is what was said. And I told them, I accept that. I used the wrong verbiage with my son. It was to get him to clean his room, make his bed. I never had to do it. He did it. And we went back to doing what we do. Play video games, go swimming, watch movies.
Aiden, any parent ever threatened to beat your ass for doing or not doing something?
Multiple times, and none of it was ever actually literal.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
I received the
as
same threat.
Fuck.
So
Wonder why he didn't tell the full story there.
Now this part right here. Sorry. Hey, and then they're going to blame it on California, and it's a Southern thing too. Gaslighting. Oof.
Again, this is what we call a biased interview.
It's California. I'm not surprised, but at the end of the day,
Well,
I don't think
the
I
part-
know a young man who did not have his dad threaten to beat his ass at some point.
Well, in the part of the country that we grew up in, which is Southwest Missouri, Southeast Kansas, it's considered the conservative Bible Belt. The Midwest, the 4 states. I mean, it wasn't uncommon for your mom or your dad to say that, and
You know what else? That reminds me of the Bible Belt, the hellfire.
But I tell you, it's not uncommon to say that, in some families. But what is uncommon is that when CPS shows up after they leave, you turn on a video game and turn on the blood action mode and tell your 5 or 6-year-old to educate himself and learn verbiage. That's weird. I used to tell my daughter, I'm going to jerk a knot in you. No, I can't not jerk a knot in my daughter, but it's just things we say. So I get it. If she'd have gone to school, they'd have come to my house too. But no, I would not have gone to a video game and turned the blood action mode on. And you think this makes you look like a good parent that you did this to a 5 or 6-year-old. That's the problem, Tony. Not the words, but how you parented the situation.
Well, and the problem also is the fact that Seth didn't tell that part during this interview tonight. He had to make it look like, or sound like he was just totally innocent and, talked to Sebastian and they cleaned his room. There was no other actions needed.
Looked in my pantry and saw the clean house and, wasn't nothing to it. But you forgot about that game. That is the problem. I think we have all, as parents, say, I'm going to beat your ass if you do that one more time. I think we've all said it to our kids. I ain't going to lie. I sure have. Sure have. But the problem is I never, at 5 or 6 years old, I never in her lifetime ever turned on a blood action mode and gave her a lesson on verbiage. That's the issue. God help all y'all's kids. Fuck. Raising them damn selves.
Well, and Tony needs to sit over there and shut the hell up. Ain't nobody even talking to him.
Exactly, Cappy. Then hit his son in front of a teacher and got pissed at the teacher. That the teacher had an issue with it because he's the parent. Then had an issue at the pool when he was grabbed him up by the arm. Yeah, the teacher instance when Katie said, "Don't hit him in the head like that," and he said, "I'm tired of people telling me how to raise my son." Tell me who you are, man. These are your words. You said it. We ain't making this shit up. And you thought that was a flex, man. It's not.
Hey, Queen, are you there? Hi, ladies, by the way.
Hey, who's up here?
Hi.
Who
It's
is it?
Touchgrass. Touchgrass. I want to have Queen play that clip again that she just played with him the first time he told the story. Because the first time he told the story, it was a phone call from the school. This time he's telling, and then he said when Sebastian got home, then that's when he showed him the blood sport thing. This time he's saying CPS came to his house. That's two completely different things.
Yeah, he said, well, Laura Lodge asked him, did CPS ever come to your home? And he said, yeah. They came in, they looked, the house was clean, there was food. This is while him and Katie were still married. There was
Yeah.
food, all the things, you know, and then that was
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah, but the first time he told it, CPS wasn't even involved in the story. It was just a phone call from the school because Sebastian had said his dad told him he was going to beat his ass.
I've always
At
heard
least
it was
that's how I remember it.
I've always heard him say it was CPS. I don't remember him saying it was the school, but like, you know, I mean, how many interviews has he done? You can't keep up with every.
Oh, I thought that was the clip that she just played. I thought that he had said that in there, is that it was a phone call from the school, and then when Sebastian got home from school,
Yeah.
is when he played the. I could be wrong. I just woke up.
But it just kills me. It's like they don't get that it's not a California thing, a Southern thing, a Missouri thing. It's not that. We've all told our kids, I'm gonna beat your ass if you do that one more time. I tell my husband that, and I ain't beat his ass in 42 years that I've known him.
I've threatened a lot of asses in my days, but I've
Right.
only had to spank 2.
Right. But you know, I mean, I mean, nobody can have a. There's just a saying in my family, you know, I'm a jerk or not in you. I can't not a person. You know, that's
Right.
But it's the way you handle after you get a knock on your door and how you teach them, hey, you're not in trouble for telling, but talk to me, if if you're scared or whatever, or, don't ever be scared to, tell anybody, but, you have to know, you teach a child,
Yeah.
you don't,
Yeah, you don't tell them your verbiage at 5 years old.
learn your, educate yourself at 5 or 6.
Yeah. On your
Educate
verbiage. Like a 5-year-old knows what verbiage is.
Well, a 5-year-old can just damn educate themselves. That's what a Mister, I can't manage my own money at 40-something years old. Get the fuck out of here.
Right?
Not supposed to
Sorry.
make. See, every time y'all try to cover up the truth, you just make it worse. If you just came out and said, yeah, hell, I put it in my sister's name because fuck, I needed some money and damn, I had to live off of it.
Yeah.
But I told my sister, as long as it didn't have Sebastian's name on it. But then what happened in July? Why did all that change in July? Something changed.
I don't know. What did change? God, everything's changed so much so fast. Hard to know.
Said it tonight. When he came along, and then starting in July, that's when, they have to go the chain of command to get $50. Why manage your money in July when you've had it since March? Something happened.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, I don't know. Maybe they just were like,
Could have been $12,000 sent to given to somebody else too, and they were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're not emotionally or you know what I mean? Like you're getting fucking manipulated here, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, Queen, get it right. T-Rev said that didn't happen. He wouldn't, he wouldn't put it out there that his,
T-Rev wouldn't lie, would he? Oh,
no,
he just like he didn't lie to a little girl. Okay.
and
Okay.
he wouldn't try to cover for his girlfriend that basically, for 12 grand was, a girlfriend for a while. He wouldn't look like that, would he? Yeah, no, he ain't gonna lie. Shit. Oh, we got it from T-Rev. Why is T-Rev talking from Michaela? Number one. And you think she's gonna come out here and say, yeah, I was his girlfriend and he gave me 12 grand. What's it make her look like?
You'd have to pay me another 12 to admit it.
Shit, God ain't got enough fucking money to even do it.
No.
God himself. Nope.
Oh. Queen, that clip that you played just a minute ago. Is there? I could have swore that he was saying that was a phone call from school, not that it was a CPS visit.
It was a phone call from school.
That's what I thought.
They called
And
the
now
school as a mandate. The school's a mandated reporter. It was they had to make a CPS call.
But see, he
Okay.
said just now, Laura Lodge asked him, did you ever have CPS show up to your home?
He said yes in California.
In California when they were still married.
Yep, and that's when he allegedly, told him that he was going to give him a beat down over his bedroom.
Yeah. I
Not
think
clean
that's
his bedroom.
I think it might. Yeah, I think I've never heard it any other way.
So same incident, it's just that the school was mandated and so CPS showed up. Because the way I took it was that must have been two separate incidents, or why is he saying now it was CPS when then he said it was just a school call?
Right.
So, all right. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's just the same one. All right. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Why would you do that?
The translation there was, if you don't do that, whatever that is, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
It even as a kid, growing up, we didn't look at that as we were actually going to get our ass beat.
Yeah.
You're going to get grounded. You're going to get your bike taken away. Something like that.
I mean, I was never afraid of getting suplexed onto the concrete. I was a little worried about a wooden spoon, but that was about it. And that was more likely to come from probably my mom.
Yeah.
Very Italian.
Yeah, I was.
I take it Aiden hasn't heard Katie's declaration, huh? Because in that declaration, it states that Seth Rogers picked his son up with both of his hands and body slammed him to the ground.
But Katie's declaration is just a bitter ex, whereas what's her face's declaration is all 100% true against Chris, right? That's
that's how that works out. Yeah, that's how that works. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Forgot about that. Since we're gonna spin it that way, I guess it's
Yeah. Shit.
Good Lord. I think Pascal caught onto the lion. I think he did too. I think he caught onto the lion shit. And then that gun situation was exposed. And I think as soon as he heard about that, he beat feet and said, I want no fucking parts. Bye.
Mhm. I'm wondering if he had already signed an NDA and that's why he ain't said, oh, sorry.
I think something happened at that table, girl. I think he beat feet from that restaurant because he never spoke on it again. Then you remember he came live. He goes, I'm not going to cover the case anymore. It's too much. And then we talked about it, and he said, I never said that. Yeah, you did. I think something happened at that table at that restaurant. Something was said. He saw something. And I'm not saying anything to do with Sebastian. I'm talking about the characters at that table.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Mental block. I love your name, first of all. And second of all, it says, if you say I'm going to beat your ass and you use endless excuses for saying it, don't cry and whine when it gets taken literally. T-Rev says Seth still loves Katie. Well, baby, you know what? To be honest, Petra, in my opinion, I think he does too. A lot of people do, actually. You know what? We could probably do a poll on it. I bet 95% of the chat would think Seth is still in love with Katie.
I think he's obsessed more than in love.
Yeah.
think, look, if you love somebody, you don't do the things he's
Mm,
doing.
no way. No
Mm-mm.
way.
Love. Mm-mm.
You don't hurt him like that.
No. But I mean, he did
Never in
cry
fear of being curb stomped.
and said he was looking at his wedding pic. He was looking, since Sebastian's gone missing, he was looking at his wedding pictures and he was crying about it. My parents are divorced. I'm telling you what, I got their wedding pictures. Neither one of them wanted them. You know,
Right. They were like, yep, here, fuck this. I don't want those. And
exactly.
he's like, I
I'm
don't
gonna
want those
burn them, or
either.
you can have them. Both of them.
Exactly.
About it. And that was more likely to come from probably my mom.
Yeah.
Very Italian.
Yeah, I was never in fear of being curb stomped, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe like a hit on the arm or something, sure. But that's
Exactly.
generally when, you know, something was trying to be communicated that was not sinking in.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, it's also I was not aware that was before the divorce, so that's good to know as well. Speaking of these abuse claims, there is a claim going around that CPS said that you were borderline abusive.
No, that was actually stated by the judge during our divorce, because she stated that I was borderline abusive because I had dinner at 6, shower time at 7, bedtime at 8.
This was the
That's a lie, a
You
lie,
said
and a lie. Because there's no judge on this motherfucking earth that's going to say you're abusive because you put your son to bed on time, you have dinner on time, and you have... Get the fuck out of here. Do you think people are stupid or what?
I think he does. The best thing for a child is a consistent schedule. What's he talking about?
Yeah, okay, yeah. The judge really told you that. Okay. Sure. Just like the judge told Betty it was okay to talk about the Proud Friends too.
Yeah. But it was just over hashtags.
The routine it's
This is fucking nuts.
This is wild, man. This is
wild as
absolutely
fuck.
wild.
Wild as fuck. The lies, man. It's the fucking lies for me, Jack.
I swear
This
to
is not
God,
going to
man.
age well. I promise you it's not.
It feels like an alternate universe. You know what I'm talking about? Like after living through the last 8 months and then hearing this, it's crazy.
I think all of YouTube is just like a fucking government social experiment. These cats cannot be real. I mean, for real.
Right, Monica. No fucking judge is going to call anyone abusive for being a responsible, reliable parent.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Exactly. Come on, man.
You fed your kid, abusive. You got your kid to bed on time, abusive. You kept your kid clean and safe, abusive.
How dare you?
Who even are you?
Right.
You have a routine.
What is your
You
end goal as a
changed.
parent?
Every parent,
Hold, please.
every good
What is your
parent with a
end goal?
routine, be careful, because a judge is going to call you borderline abusive, and it don't mean if CPS didn't rip your rights away, you know, and all that. That don't mean anything. A judge that saw evidence from CPS and Katie's declaration said you are borderline abusive. It's not a California thing, a Southern thing, a Missouri thing. Blood
I'm going to have to
mode.
call all my children and apologize to them for all these years of giving them dinner
Oh,
on
hell, I know.
time and making them go to bed at a certain time because, damn, I was abusive.
Shit, you know, I taught my child how to wash her own ass and take a shower and brush her teeth. I'm a
Shit,
horrible
don't
parent.
break up your kids fighting,
How
because then you're
dare
going to be called abusive too.
Don't take away their electronics, Queen.
Don't do it.
The audacity.
Abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Abuse.
Don't have rules. No.
Nope.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm. You let them run around like Britney's kids, they'll be fine.
Barbecue lady, it is, isn't it? It just comes out so easily. Well, the judge told me since I was such a great daddy and I had all these rules that I was borderline abusive. Stop it.
And
Smith, are we
Josh,
sure
is that his name? Nodding along.
Stop it, D. Smith. Bitch, I'm dead. Yeah, just
I was
amok.
borderline
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. All right, here we go.
abusive because I had dinner at 6, shower time at 7, bedtime at 8.
This was the judge who said that was borderline abusive.
The routine itself was so structured, it was borderline abusive.
Okay, but this same judge
Bullshit.
did not impose any restrictions on your custody rights.
Correct.
Okay. What? You gave me a look.
Oh no, I'm just shocked that the judge would consider that
That was
borderline abuse in
California.
California. Even still,
it's
I
California's
mean, at
fault.
least
It's like,
he's got some common fucking sense to say, hey, this doesn't even sound right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the judge would even say that.
right. So he tries to call it out a little bit, and the excuse is it was in California. So everybody in California, if you've got rules and you live in California, be very afraid. Be very afraid. Bad parent. Where's that bad parent club? All y'all need to get in it. Well, that just sounds weird that a judge would say that. Well, it was in California. God.
You know, wacky California.
Look, we were in Discord watching. I thought Cappy's head was going to explode, baby. Woo. It's a Missouri thing, a California thing, a Southern thing, but it ain't his thing. Oh, exactly, Miss Upper Thigh. But wait, Chris is abusive according to Seth because they have a structured routine. Oh, that's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Miss Upper Thigh. Good point. Because
Good
Chris
point.
is so, he doesn't let him grow and explore. He doesn't let him get on the internet unsupervised. They have all these rules, and you have to let a child grow. What happened to you, Seth? You were so structured, and now,
Seth, you've changed. Who even are you?
well, it sounds like
Sean,
Chris.
who even are you?
He's
God,
just a little
Chris.
boy.
Just
But I thought
advocating
Chris
for the
was
little
the
pile. Listen,
controlling
Dog the
one.
Bounty Hunter put on his fucking put in the chat. Delco better be ready for me.
Yeah.
What?
Who did? Who put that in
Who
there?
that?
Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh,
Talking about
he
Delco
did?
better be ready for him. He's going to Delco tomorrow for court.
Oh, well, good. Maybe Granny can have a selfie made with him. I wonder what he charged her.
I thought he was afraid of barbecue. What's he doing going
That
now?
$200 cameo. I mean, maybe he'll be able to search now since he hasn't been able to this entire time.
That cat ain't showing up. Stop it.
Considering that, like I don't know. Part of the thing that's coming into my mind right now is I just watched an episode of House where the entire point of the episode was a young boy who had mental difficulties, and the whole thing was the parents had quit their job in order to take care of him, and they had an extremely structured daily schedule because of what was benefiting him.
Oh, so
Okay,
sometimes
pause it.
people with
Pause
special neurological needs might benefit from structure, is what you're.
Real quick, and then I'll shut the fuck up. This fool right here is now comparing this case to a television show of House. Get the entire fuck out of here. Well, I watched this TV show called House, and there was this family on there, a made-up family. Comparing this, let's just compare it to Three's Company.
Sorry, you made me snort.
I mean, fuck's sakes. Well, I saw an episode of House the other day. Damn. Brilliant. Is that part of your research? Get the fuck out of here. God almighty. Stop it. Sorry, I'm not
Killing me,
going to
Rowena.
interrupt again, but I was in Discord and I just went wild when I heard the TV reference. I was
Look
like,
at, can I just comment? Can we just look at Seth's face?
let me see. I was in chat. Stop it, bitch. Look at both
Oh, he's
of them.
mad.
Tony, you worried about them? Why are you chewing on them nails there, baby?
He dared to disagree.
Seth, you watching that chat, honey? With that your glasses? Damn, you do look like Taco without your glasses. I ain't saying y'all related, but damn. Nice guest bedroom there, Tony. Just odd. Just odd. BJ's cat stuck in a fly trap. The hotness on panel, girl. Not for all the money in God's kingdom. Nope. Yeah, he's reading the chat, Ken, I think. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Whoever recorded that, did they record the chat too, or downloaded it? I guess.
I don't know.
I'm just curious what the chat was saying.
I think it is funny though. I think it was his last live, the Christmas special, to where we could see in his glasses the colors, and then you don't wear glasses now. That's interesting.
It is interesting.
You can't look if you're prescribed glasses, unless they're from reading, and I've always seen you with your glasses on. You better not be driving without them.
Well, he said Sebastian was just like him. He puts them on the minute he wakes up in the morning.
Ooh. Man, I hope you ain't out on these roads like Butterhead, driving around, putting everybody's life in danger because you can't see because you ain't got no glasses.
Maybe he's just not wearing them when he's online.
I'm just worried about your community, that's all. I'm worried about your safety. Maybe he did get LASIK surgery. Maybe he did. Maybe that's where he's been.
Well,
Maybe
he did
he's
get
got
a little
contacts.
windfall. Yeah.
Maybe he's got contacts. I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny.
Anyway, you were talking
Aries,
about
you're
you
so
could see the
funny.
reflection in his glasses. What did you see in his glasses?
You could just see the colors of the super chats going up, the
Oh, yeah.
reflection in his glasses. And somebody said something about it. And, has said things, because, we pick up on things because we nosy.
Mm-hmm.
He is wearing glasses. I don't see glasses on him.
I don't either.
Oh, well. Maybe he's got contacts. Hell, I brought my glasses going to the airport, but, had to wear sunglasses. Looked like Ray Charles going to the airport. That was bad.
That would be bad. I'm legally blind and my glasses are as thick as Coke bottles. I lost a contact a while back and had to wear them all around. And, 10 years ago, I would have never done it. You wouldn't have caught me dead in them. But now I'm like, I just don't care. I just don't care. It is kind of embarrassing still.
Well, and I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but I'm going to pull it up.
You cut out, baby.
Where'd you go?
She cut out. She'll be back.
Oh, I said, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but there was an RO on Seth.
When he had to move?
Yeah, in 2018. Restraining order. 8/3/2018. It was thrown out, obviously. I mean, it was denied. Restraining order as requested, denied without prejudice. Temporary restraining order dissolved. But who the hell do you have a restraining order with that he would have had to?
I have no idea. If I found out he put pubic hair in my pizza, I'd get one. Just saying. I don't know when that was.
Oh, here, actually, as a matter of fact, it's obviously it's in his workplace. So that's even more sketchy.
Oh, is that when him and Katie worked together and they had the break room incident? I don't know.
Weren't they already divorced by then?
Santa Fe Protective Services. Respondent Seth Rogers. Hearing restraining order scheduled for 8/3/2018.
It was a workplace order. He had his firearm license revoked. Well, I don't know.
Well, yeah, here it says petition to workplace violence restraining order. Petition for workplace violence restraining order filed by Rancho Santa Fe Protective Services.
I don't know what year it was, but I know there was an incident with him and Katie. They worked together, and there was an incident in the break room.
It seems like that was before Sebastian was born.
No. I don't think
No?
so.
Okay. Because I thought if she went into the military after Sebastian was born.
She did. But it wasn't like right after. Like, I think there was, she's a terrible person. Providing
Horrible.
a roof.
Why would she do that?
Providing a roof and food and everything while she fought for our country. Horrible, horrible
Yeah.
woman.
And then not giving him accusing Seth of giving him structure and abusing him. Ugh,
People are saying, well, the judge said he was borderline abusive for his, 6, 7, and 8 o'clock,
Well, they asked him, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because they asked him about his firearm. And it says, Seth Robert Rogers, and it says firearm permit revoked. 357 Magnum.
But maybe when it was tossed, he got that right back.
Well, it
I don't
says
know.
license and registration for security guard. Primary status canceled. Qualifying firearm permit canceled. Exposed firearm permit.
Yeah, Artist Creek, and she paid him alimony. Ain't that a kicker?
Christ. Cheese and fucking rice.
Yep, she paid him alimony.
The subject is restrained from assaulting, threatening, abusing, PO, harassing, following, interfering, or stalking the protected person and or a child of the protected person. The court has received info that the respondent owns or possesses a firearm. Per plaintiff has a semi-automatic 9mm handgun. Respondent is prior employee of the petitioner, peaceful written contract through a lawyer, process server, or other person to service of legal papers related to the court, is allowed to not take any action to obtain PPS address or location, must stay 100 yards from blank. This order does not prevent the RP from going to the OR from home or work.
What state was that issued in, does it say?
California.
Oh, okay.
What was the date on it again, Queen?
8/3/2018.
August 26th is when she filed for divorce. It's probable that it was Katie.
Yep. The subject, okay, so it says so the subject is prohibited from possessing or purchasing a firearm or other weapons as identified in miscellaneous field.
I lied. February 26th.
Hey, so I just wanted to, I can only hop up for a second. I put a link down in our back chat, and I found it on Coffin Daffer's page when she interviewed Seth. And he said that she was having problems with Sebastian's pregnancy or something because it's the first one that ever went all the way. So when I heard you guys talking about it, how I think I have to find it, but I think, didn't he say she had an abortion or something? But anyways, if that's the case, then he probably got her pregnant even before she was 18 years old.
Oh, for sure.
Allegedly. But I put the timestamp in there in the back chat with the link. Timestamp is 13:45 when they're talking about the pregnancy. But saying that she was having some woman issues.
Yeah, he goes, I'm going to be a horrible dad.
Yeah, he said he was going to be a horrible dad. But Coffin Daffer actually asked him, why was this a difficult pregnancy? He said it's the first one that went all the way. So that's what raised a red flag with me.
Here it is right here, matter of fact.
Yep. 13:45.
10-year law?
Queen, can I make a quick correction before you play that? I just said that it was August 26th when she filed for divorce. I'm a liar.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know where that
February
came from. It
26th.
was February. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's because it's my mom's birthday and it just popped out of my mouth. So forget that. I'm sorry.
I didn't even catch it. I'm just sitting here.
So you
Mind
just ignore
blown.
me when I speak. Thanks, Rowena.
No, I'm just
I
sitting here
heard it.
mind blown.
How rude. Who even are you?
Who even are you?
Rowena, who even
James
are you?
Rowena.
Okay, here we go. Let's play this real quick. All right, here we go.
And from there, it came along. December came around, and my son didn't want to come out. My son was, I want to say, 5 days late. He literally held on so that he could be born on my dad's birthday. So it not only was that, but it was also Pearl Harbor Day, and it was just, I remember him coming, being in the hospital, dealing with all the complications.
All right, we're close to it. We're at 1342. Here we go.
Because it was a complicated pregnancy for her. She had a lot of difficulties. Midwife wasn't that best, so.
How was the pregnancy difficult?
It was her first pregnancy that went all the way. She probably doesn't want me discussing certain things, but woman things that it's I do remember at one point in time she was like, I'm going to have a natural birth, and after having contractions for days on end, and the nurse going, well, you're not ready to deliver the baby, and it's like my mom having to sit there and be like, these are not Braxton Hicks, these are actual contractions, and she's been having them for days. And finally they turned around and gave her something so she would dilate, because she was not dilating, and then the epidural. So there was that, and then my son was here.
And were you in the room when he was born?
I sure was.
That's great. And what was it like when you first held him? How much did he weigh? Was he teeny?
He's still tiny to me. I mean, it was the weight, the physical weight compared to the weight that was now on my shoulders as being a dad. Two different.
Ugh.
Oh, Lord.
Agreed.
The weight of your son compared to the physical weight on your shoulders. It was not about you that day. And that chapped you up, I'm sure. God bless. And you know what? In my profession that apparently I don't have, according to some people, I've seen daddies just like this. What was the first word you ever said to your son? My husband remembers his. To my daughter, I remember mine. He never talked about the weight on his shoulders of being a daddy. Nor did he say when I came home and said, hey, guess what? We're going to have a baby. His first thought was, I'm going to be a crappy dad.
Yeah, that's so weird.
That wasn't his first thought. I mean, this is Seth's own words I'm saying. I don't know. We weren't there. All I can go by is what he says. His words. Yeah. How would y'all feel if you came home and said, hey, baby, we're going to have a baby, and your partner looked at you and said, I'm going to be a crappy dad? Man, talking about deflated.
I'd feel like, what a selfish asshole. That's exactly what I would think.
Or I might feel just beat the fuck down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Best thing Katie ever did was join that Navy. Got her away. That's what some strong women do. You know, they build a career and everything so they don't have to rely on no man. which I don't think she ever had that option, but, you know, to take care of them, they could take care of themselves. That's what she did.
And no, no. Looking at the unredacted report on Reddit, the initials of said person that the restraining order was from would be J.S., not Katie.
Really?
Oh. Interesting. Hope JS is living their best life now.
Shocking indeed.
I'm stunned, you know.
And I'm stunned that in a state like California, they wouldn't, you know, have maybe recognized that. But I don't know.
Well, it's California.
Yeah.
Speaking of California, because a lot happened in California, you had said on, I believe, the Pascal show, and I think you also mentioned it on maybe Court TV or one of the local news stations, that there, and again, this is going to be a difficult one to talk about, and I understand that, but that something had happened with Sebastian when he was, I believe, 7 or 8 years old, and an older boy who was around the age of 13, and that this resulted in Sebastian going into therapy, and this had its own cascade of events. So, you know, am I correct in saying that there was an incident wherein Chris and Katie allowed Sebastian to be alone with an older boy who committed an act of abuse against him?
Yes.
Okay. And was this child punished in any legal way?
No legal way. The only thing I was able to do was actually get the deputy sheriff that was involved in the case in contact with the psychologist that at the school that the child went to.
Okay.
So that way they could protect the rest of the children that he was in contact with, so that hopefully it wouldn't happen again.
But they had not pressed, Chris and Katie didn't press charges.
I was told that I couldn't press charges because of the age difference. Because this is what the deputy sheriff told me.
This was going to be the next question I asked you, if you want to go for it.
That the child was under the age to be prosecuted.
Okay, so the deputy told you the child was under the age to be prosecuted.
Correct.
It's interesting because the following year, or maybe not the following year after this had happened. No, yeah, the following year after this happened, California passed a law that said even children under 12 could be prosecuted for the crimes that you described. So I'm not familiar with the California laws in 2017, but in 2018, they made a law that this was something that could be prosecuted for children as young as like 8 or 9, depending on the circumstances.
A late dollar short.
Yeah.
Hold up. Okay. Katie also, and we don't know it ain't none of our business, but we got to hear both sides, right? Katie had to make a statement after he did this foul shit on, Pascal's and all that. After he said all the things, she said that the child was not 13 years old. He was younger than that. Much
Right.
younger. And so, again, that, we don't have a receipt, nor should we. We shouldn't even know about this. But that the child wasn't even close to being 13. He was almost the same age as Sebastian.
Right.
So there's that. And I don't think any school would, or any psychologist or whatever, would give out that child's name because they have a duty. You can't do that. He wasn't 13. But that just makes it sound worse, doesn't it? And then the laws changed, and then the laws changed a little, bad California, then those laws changed where, you could prosecute, but okay. But also them laws changed on that 10 years, didn't it? And you hightailed it out of California. Okay.
It kind of made me nauseous when he says day late, dollar short. Like, what a weird thing to say as far as the laws changing the year after your child was abused. I just thought that was really tactless.
Yeah.
Day late, dollar short.
It's all weird.
And tactless, yeah.
So you go ahead and play it. I just want to point that out that, in case anybody is new, that, thinks that this other child and I hate it for both of those children. They're children, but he wasn't 13 years old. So, or per Katie, he wasn't. We don't know. And we shouldn't know anything about this. But thanks to his biological father, we do. Well, Monica, when you exaggerate the age and you make it sound like he was older, then, it's more nefarious. It's more, well, like he said, why would you even let a 13-year-old play with my child? How was Sebastian? 8? Why would you let a 13? It wasn't like, why would you let a 9-year-old play with an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old? Why would you let a 13-year-old? So that way he can weaponize, he can lash out again and blame Katie. This ain't love. This is control and abuse.
Bing bong, as Jay would say.
Lily, he has shared everything about Sebastian. I don't think there's anything left to share, and God, I hope there's not. Right. But he was, exactly, Meg, but he was okay being 21, 22 years old, meeting Katie, being 23, 24 years old, his own words saying, I'm going to make you mine. Marrying her at 18 when he was 28, 29 years old, whatever, 27, 28. But then just out of his own words to an ex-FBI agent that, this was her first pregnancy that went to the longest one, went to term. Do the math. Fuck. He's a great guy, ain't he, Butterhead? Ain't he a great guy? You hang out with some of the best motherfuckers over there. And I don't care. These people with kids that
So there's another statement you had made on another show where you had said you wanted to leave California because of the laws regarding a 10-year age difference. And this was taken by a lot of people to mean that you were, for some reason, upset that that people under a certain age couldn't be interacted with in certain ways. The way I read it when I saw the video was you were saying that you to California because they protect those kinds of abuses if the age gap is under 10 years.
Yeah. My son didn't get any type of justice for what happened to him. That really upset me.
Yeah. And then California sort of made it worse by downgrading it from a felony to a misdemeanor, even if a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old have something happen.
Yeah.
That's just, so I wanted to make sure that I understood it the way you had meant it.
So he's saying that he let Sebastian go because the thing changed because of the what Sebastian went through with the, but if Sebastian was 8 and you're saying he was 13, I'm a little confused. I don't think that's what I don't think that's why you had to skedaddle. I just don't.
Strange that he'd pick a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old too. In his statement, he just made his little comment. Aiden.
Yeah. I think these questions were really thought out.
Oh yeah, all this is everything that people have said and all the things that people have pointed out, and it's bringing it out one by one and giving him a chance to try to explain it away, even though he's not doing well at it.
Thank you, Pin. Damn, if y'all wouldn't lie so much, we wouldn't have to have fucking 10-hour lives. Shit. Ooh, I'm about to have to go to bed. I gotta get up in very few hours. I gotta get up early. Yeah, exactly. Not Aiden giving him the correct answer.
Right. Not Aiden giving him the correct answer, but listen, not a shred of proof either. Not a fucking shred. But here we go. We'll go ahead and read it to you. That's okay. Here, we got this. So after the statement was made, Katie came out and made this statement here. That child was not 13, and we did not allow my son to be abused. We contacted all authorities. My son received all the available help he could get. Multiple therapists were involved. His doctor did know because he went to the doctor and got checked immediately. Seth was also involved in his therapy as well. And Seth already knew this. I don't know why he's fucking sitting there acting like he doesn't. There are so many lies in this story, including him failing to mention where Seth got banned from the base for his violent tendencies, where at the time my son was seeing a psychiatrist and psychologist to help him with his trauma from Seth's abuse and the trauma from being assaulted by this child. Let me be clear. I think this is sickening that this man is airing my son's trauma online. My son deserves better than that. Amen. Sure he does, baby. Yes, he does. And I'm so sorry, Katie. When we find him, and I believe in my heart we will, the truth will come out. He is doing his best to slander us as parents, but my son is loved and cared for and always will be. Public opinion based on lies and assumptions, half-truths, is rampant because of things like this, which has nothing to do with finding Sebastian. I will not stoop so low as to partake in a back-and-forth argument with him. God knows the truth, and the truth always comes out. Please stop the madness and focus on Sebastian, because that is the most important thing.
What was the most important thing? Repeat that again. Finding Sebastian. The shock. So a psychiatrist, a psychologist for the abuse that he suffered by another child, and the abuse that he was seen from his daddy. And abuse doesn't have to be physical or sexual. You can have emotional abuse. Well, hell yeah, she continues to be victimized. He's the general. You take one of my voices, you're going to hear my voice. The general. He's running this whole shit show. That's why when I see the Julies and the Butterheads and the Bettys and the Justins and the Nicks and the Hongs and all the things, when I see all that, he has said he's the general. He's in charge of all this. And then on his birthday, he goes on the news and says he trusts law enforcement all of a sudden and working with them. If you were working with them, no, you wouldn't be allowing this to continue. I'm not saying they would stop. I'm not saying they wouldn't give you shit. But for your son, you'd take that shit. Oh, but that's right. What was it? The disability investigators were more important than the search, right? That check. More
Good night.
important than that search.
Good night, Miss Amy. It says your devices are not connected, baby, so I can't bring you up here on the panel.
Yeah, this interview did not go well at all.
Oh, it absolutely did not.
Whew.
We are 35 minutes in. 35:26 is where we're stopping because I got to get up early. I got to get up at 5:30.
Yeah, I do
School
too.
starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I hate to cut it short on you guys, but we've been on here almost 4 hours and we only got 35 minutes in. We're going to have to kick ass tomorrow. But you know what? When we have to dispute his lies, we have to dispute his lies with the truth. I mean, it's kind of.
Yep.
But you know what? We got court tomorrow, so.
Yep.
Tomorrow's a big day.
Send out
Y'all
good
make sure you
vibes.
say a prayer for Granny and Barbecue Lady. Straight up.
Yep.
All right,
Say a
y'all.
prayer
I'll
for the
catch you on the flip
judge,
side.
the
I'll be on
attorneys,
here in the morning.
everybody.
All right. Thanks, ladies. See you later.
Bye.
Good night,
Thank you,
love.
Queen. Love you.
Good
Bye.
night, Roro. Thank you for hanging out. Touch grass. Thank you, Roro, for coming up and hanging out.
Love you, darling.
I love you, baby. Good night, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. I will see you guys tomorrow morning for court. And like I said, say a prayer for Granny and Barbecue Lady. You know, we support them always. So make sure you guys are here. Be here, be square. Barbecue Lady will be on the panel after court, and she'll keep me updated as she can. So see y'all in the morning. Good night, everybody. Queen be out.